Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test.
This call is being recorded.
Say stuff.
Hey, what's up?
This
Or if you
call
want me
is
to be
being
literal,
recorded.
stuff.
Say stuff.
Hey, what's up?
Alright, it works.
This
Or if you
call
want me
is
to be
being
literal.
recorded.
All right, well, are you going to share the link to YouTube, or are you just going
I
to say this is the link to YouTube?
no, I'm just gonna say this is the link to YouTube.
Okay, cool.
I thought I pasted it, but I did not.
Oh, well, this is just great. Okay, there we go. And this will be a live show?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, there we go. And this will be a live show?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not going to put it in this thread. I'm going to put
Okay.
it in the how to watch thread.
I'm sure ample people will bitch at us if something's not working correctly, but as far as I can tell,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I
So is it live now, or?
yeah, it's live now, but it doesn't matter because nobody can see it. I mean,
Okay.
anybody can see it. I don't think anybody's gonna stumble upon it until we share the link.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't need to say the things I was going to say.
Yeah. Well, what were you gonna say?
Nothing. I'm just. According to Steve Reed, it appears that we will not be watching Cam Newton, Luke Kuechly, Christian McCaffrey, Greg Olson, and Shaq Thompson. And then he decided to be snide. Aren't you glad you came, folks? And the
if
first reply is what everybody is thinking. I'm glad none of them are going to get hurt in a meaningless game.
if you went to the
If you
second
pay that much money for a preseason game, that's your fault.
yeah, and if you went to the preseason game expecting to see those people, again, your fault.
Yeah, especially the first one or the second one. Like if it was the third one that quote unquote matters, I could kind of get it. But nobody gives two shits about these preseason games.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you go if you happen to have tickets, or it's just like
Exactly. Like your office, like your corporate office got tickets and gave them to you.
yeah,
You go.
yeah, and then like maybe you're just like, hey, I got nothing to do on a Friday night. These tickets are $20. You want to go?
Yeah.
Josh Gordon is being reinstated
Good. He'll probably be suspended again in like 2 months
for testing positive for like
testing positive for aspirin.
below. Wasn't it? Didn't I remember?
It was like a 0.9 or something like that above the limit. Like if it would have been Christian McCaffrey or Todd Gurley or somebody, they would have just let it go. But because it was Josh Gordon and he's had how many suspensions?
Yeah.
They didn't. Like it was a rounding error essentially, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was like whatever he tested positive for. I can't remember what it was, but it was like he was barely at the threshold, and that threshold was significantly lower than the one they use for like Olympic testing and stuff.
Yeah. I think it was weed.
It was weed.
Let's
Threshold
see.
was significantly lower than the one they use for like Olympic testing and stuff.
Because I cannot remember.
I'm about to time how long this delay is when I'm watching on the watch page. It was significantly lower than the one they use for like Olympic testing and stuff.
Because I cannot. You're talking about the delay of us talking to it going to YouTube.
Time how long this delay is when I'm watching on the watch. All right. I'm very confused because I'm hearing multiple voices. It's for like Olympic testing and stuff.
Because I cannot. You're talking about the delay of us talking to it going. Live game updates and running commentary.
I'm very confused because I'm hearing multiple voices. It's for like Olympic testing and stuff.
Because I cannot. You're talking about the delay of us talking to it going. We totally should updates and running commentary. Say that we're having an on-field interview with Kuechly, and then you just start talking to your dog. You're talking about the delay of us talking to it going. We totally should updates and running commentary. Say that we're having an on-field interview with Kuechly, and then you just start talking to your dog. You're talking about the delay of us talking.
Something weird's happening right now.
Okay.
Go to the YouTube link and watch it and make sure everything sounds good.
Okay, give me a minute. I'm trying to.
Something weird's happening right now.
Okay.
Go to the YouTube link and watch it and make sure everything sounds good.
Commentary. Okay, give me a minute. I'm trying to.
Something weird's happening right now.
Okay.
Go to the YouTube link and watch it and make sure everything sounds good.
Oh my god. Give me a minute. Okay. Apparently this is an unsecure link. Go to the YouTube link and watch it and make sure everything sounds good. Oh my god. Give me a minute. So let's try this. Okay. Apparently this is an unsecure link sometimes. It is not letting me embed.
Yeah, don't share it yet because I want to make sure everything's working right.
Well, I'm not going to publish it.
Okay. Like I'm hearing stuff like it's like looping, but I can't tell if it's just me or if it's the video itself.
There is a delay on the live stream. it sounded okay. It did sound like there was something going on in the background, but
Yeah, I have the
it
TV on.
probably is our. I think it's our TVs. Yeah.
Yeah, leave it on for a little longer because I want to. Because like what happened to me was I felt like it was just like looping stuff, and it was like several different time frames, like over top of
Okay,
each other.
it's not letting me embed this link.
Uh, put a
It's
HTTPS
a
in front of
chorus
it.
problem. Oh, I did. It's every time I do it says there's an error occurred, reload your browser. It's a chorus thing.
Oh.
I'm just gonna put it the old-fashioned way. Click here to listen to Brian, John, and Brad talk about the. I'm just gonna put it the old-fashioned way. Click here to listen to Brian, John, and Brad talk about the. I'm just gonna put it the old-fashioned way. Click here to listen to Brian, John, and Brad talk about the.
Test. Oh,
As soon as we figure it out.
I figured it out. I unmuted you now. You know what it was?
What?
It was when I listened to the video to make sure it was playing right. That sound was delayed and playing again.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because all the audio that
Oh,
comes
I
out.
actually did. I need you to repeat it because I just turned it over to YouTube and I heard you twice and I heard myself. So I have no idea what you said.
Okay, so basically all the
I
audio.
heard you say that you muted me.
Yes, I did. So basically all the audio that's coming out of my computer gets broadcast. So when I unmute the YouTube video to hear if it's working right, that sound also gets broadcast. So like there's a 10-second delay from when I actually say it, and then there's another 10-second delay from when it gets said on YouTube. So it'll be said 3 times, or you know what I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I need you guys to tell me if everything sounds good. Because if it sounds good, it'll just mess up everything. But I think we're good.
I am here.
Let's say, Brian, do me a favor. Start just talking about whatever you want as long as you say, like read a paragraph or something so I can listen to it on YouTube to make sure it works. And so I don't have to talk and then wait and then listen.
All right. Give me
and
one.
Then what we'll do is then I will speak and you can listen to see if it sounds okay when I speak. I think that's the easiest way to do this.
Yeah. I mean, you can hear me speaking too. It's just I can't listen to it. I can't be the one to listen to it, or else we'll get put into an endless loop.
Yeah.
We find a paragraph of text to read.
Read the Slack chat and all of the bad things they're saying about people.
Okay.
This is Peter Fonda died, star of Easy Rider. I'll read more of that once I open the article.
Well, let me know when you want me to talk.
You're fine. Peter Fonda, the son of a Hollywood legend who became a movie star in his own right, both writing and starring in counterculture classics like Easy Rider, has died. His family says in a statement that Fonda died Friday morning at his home in Los Angeles. He was 79.
Okay, Brian, go ahead.
Just completed a very good meeting on Afghanistan. Many on the opposite side of this 19-year war and us are looking to make a deal, if possible! Exclamation point.
Okay, Brian, hold on a minute. I'll say because it's weird, John.
What was weird about it?
I can. Did you mute Brian's mic on Uber conference?
Mm-mm.
Because I can't hear him.
Like on the YouTube video?
Yeah, I heard him on the YouTube video, but I heard like when I unmuted the YouTube video, I heard me and you talking, and then I heard you were talking about Peter Fonda dying, and then I heard Brian start doing a Donald Trump impression.
That's how it was. That's what happened.
Okay, so I guess it's normal.
Yeah, I did the Peter Fonda story.
I was just having.
And then Brian did the Donald Trump thing.
Having fun with Trump tweets.
I think we're good.
Okay, so I can go live with this.
Yeah, like I said, if there's an issue, people will tell us very quickly.
Yeah.
And maybe even as dangerous it is, say, let us know if something's wrong with the audio. But that's dangerous again.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for closed captions.
Okay, is this going to have a live chat thread?
I think
because if it's not, I'm just going to close the YouTube page because I don't need it if we're not going to answer questions.
I think it's. I mean, it has a space for it.
Okay.
Can you see my sup?
Okay, let me finish this. I'm finishing. I didn't change the headlines, so they still said how to follow the action on the page. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, Mick Mixon said something weird again.
Mick Mixon said the two teams were grinding against each other.
It's like he does it on purpose.
Mick Mixon does this homoerotic stuff on purpose. He has to.
I know.
Like, there's no way he doesn't do this on purpose. Whoever's TV is loud needs to turn it down because I can hear.
That's me. Yep. I
can hear Rucker talking, and then I hear it again on your TV.
How's that?
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I can't really the broadcast, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
We're the broadcast.
It's true. I forgot about that.
Can you hear my TV too bad?
No, I can't hear yours at all.
Okay, I turned it up a little bit because I do want to hear some stuff that.
Yeah. What about mine?
No, I can't hear yours.
Am I far? I'm far enough away from mine.
Yeah, I'm pretty far away from mine, and my headset I think is pretty good about blocking out ambient noise, other than when the dogs start making a fuss. By the way, Keekly got in a lot of trouble like near the end of our show last time when I was gonna mess with him. So I couldn't get him on the show.
Show me the link. There we go. All right, and I'm muting it so I don't have to hear it. Okay. So we can share this now? Is that what you're saying?
I've already done it.
Oh, okay. You shared it on
get
Twitter
off of
and
him?
shit.
No, I posted it on CSR. I haven't done anything on Twitter because I'm not the social media czar.
At least one of them is me. Maybe two of them are me.
I'm still a viewer technically.
Okay, now the viewers are rolling in. Hi guys.
Yeah, we lost one.
Oh, sorry.
We lost one already.
God.
I scared him away.
We can't even keep viewers for 10 seconds. My wife bought our cats a paper bag, grocery bag that's got catnip in it.
Nice. They love that.
So if you hear crumbling or whatever, that's my cats like attacking the catnip bag.
At some point
my wife left me.
At some point
big fans of it.
At some point you're gonna hear the dogs. It's inevitable. I can't stop it. And I'm not gonna lock them up all the time for these shows.
Oh, so we're not important. I understand. It's fine.
You are important, and also the dogs are important, and they have to sit in their crates all day when no one's home. So I'm not gonna make them sit in their crates for longer.
Invalid response received. What does that even mean?
Means the response was invalid, Brian.
Well, I'm trying to click it on my phone in the Slack chat, and it's not working. That's why.
I need to try and see if the CSR link even works.
I don't know how I got to it on my computer, but
if you're trying to get to the YouTube thing, just go on CSR to the live game updates and running commentary post, and I've got it linked. Like, you can click on it, it works, because I just did it.
Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to share it to Twitter for us because, you know, we have Twitter followers.
Hey, can we? Let's
Yes, we actually do.
A couple. Sweet. I love how NFL games there's all this build up, and it's like, all right, and we get started, and he kicks out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the most anticlimactic thing ever.
They should make
it's saying invalid response received on my end, but maybe it's just my stupid phone.
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, please.
They should do the opening kickoffs of each half from like the 20-yard line.
They should.
Just so you have
or
to
like
return
make the kickoff ball is a rugby ball. Like, they should do something.
Just so you have to return. Just so there's like a play to start the game. And not just like watch your team sprint at each other and then the refs blow the whistle. Am I the furthest ahead because I just watched the Bills complete a pass to the 30-yard line?
Yeah, you were super ahead.
Thanks for spoiling it, because they just now took the field.
Okay, I'm going to pause it. So we're all on the same page here.
Yeah, I just saw the kickoff, and Josh Allen is huddling up.
Jesus.
Apparently, you're even ahead of like the media, because Jordan Rodriguez just tweeted about the kickoff.
I'm actually ahead of the live broadcast.
The future.
I'm actually ahead of the live game itself.
I'll let you know when they've completed the pass.
They just completed it to the 30-yard line, yeah.
All right, well, I haven't seen that yet.
See, I misunderstood what you meant, John. I thought you meant they completed a 30-yard pass.
No.
Like, so they're at midfield now. I was like, well, damn.
All right. They just completed the pass, so you can go ahead now. That way we're all watching the same game.
I'm going to be ahead of
time.
you because I didn't pause my TV.
Can you pause your TV?
I think you'll need to pause it for like 4 seconds.
Have you guys ever? Well, you guys haven't been. I know Brad, you haven't been to many. Have you ever been to a Panthers game, Brad?
That's no, good I have no desire to go.
I have been to a few.
Have you ever been sitting at a live game and you get so used to having DVR or like watching it on TV, so you're behind live action that you're like at the game, trying to like refresh your scores feed to see what happens next?
Yeah.
Because I've definitely been like at a Hornets game and been like, oh man, what happens? Oh wait. It's actually here in front of me. Like, this is as fast as I'm going to get this information.
All right, so I guess we're all pretty much on the same page here.
Yeah.
They're about to snap.
Yeah, they're about to snap.
First down.
Okay, they just did. Yeah, first down. So me and John, I think, are about level.
Yeah, I hit play. Yeah, I hit play when you said it was good. Because I didn't know if you could pause yours. I still love that.
Yeah, I can pause mine.
Let's pause for like 5 seconds for a station identification.
5 seconds for station identification.
Wait, you want me to pause too?
No, not you.
Yeah, let's all pause on. Okay. Yeah.
We're pausing so you can catch up.
I mean, I am caught up, I think.
Are they about to snap?
No, they're not.
Okay, then you're not.
They're about
up.
to snap in. Okay, I thought they were about to.
Okay, John, pause. 1, 2, 3, pause.
Go.
And then Brian, you tell us when they start running the replay.
They just did it, or when they start running the replay. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
All right.
All right. We're all probably within like a couple. We're close enough.
We're close enough.
Yeah.
Now.
It won't be where I'm like, wait, what happened? Like as soon as. So.
Whoa.
About it, I'll probably still. Sorry. Made some noise.
You make a lot of noise.
I'm not on my normal mic, so I'm on a headset.
Oh my God.
Shut the fuck up.
Professional broadcasting here.
So I still love what I was saying before, that Josh Allen is exactly what people thought Cam Newton was going to be.
Damn. Exactly.
And then, but he's like really highly regarded coming out, and Cam Newton was supposed to be a bust.
Yeah. Josh Allen is what everybody thought Cam Newton was going to be, and Cam Newton is what everybody thinks Josh Allen is.
Yes.
Or could be.
Yes. It's just so
I wonder
funny.
why.
Yeah,
I wonder what's different about him.
Yeah, it's like all Cam can do is run, and he's sporadic accurately, but really though it's his legs that are the threat. And then with Josh Allen, it's like, man, this guy's got a huge arm, and his legs are a bonus. And it's like, man, all he can do right now is run. Like, he's not a good thrower at all.
Fucking LaShawn McCoy.
You guys remember when he juked out the entire team in the preseason when he was on the Eagles?
Yeah.
I remember what he did in the regular season too.
He's done it to a lot of people.
Yeah, he used to be elite.
Yep.
And somehow
now
never...
they have the
he's
oldest
still
running
good.
back.
I'm not saying he's not good, but he used to be elite.
I don't know if he's that good anymore though. I don't know. I don't know if it's like him not being good or if it's just like bad situation.
Yeah.
Now they have the oldest running back tandem in NFL history. I think they're like a combined 100 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
Between Frank Gore and fucking LaShawn McCoy.
That was a good throw.
Hey, that's the guy that we traded to get Kevon Seymour.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy they used their 7th round pick on, that Sweeney. So he's probably going to score like 4 touchdowns.
This is the revenge game.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good throw, but it looked very unnatural. Like the way he's like, I have to put touch on this pass. And so he moved his arm like really slow. It's like how Blake Bortles throws touch passes.
My Patriots friend just messaged me to let me know he's excited about the podcast.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
There's the Josh Allen we know and love.
There's the Josh Allen we know and love. Rolls out and throws a completely terrible and unnecessary ball.
I'll never, like, my favorite play from last year, my favorite Josh Allen play was when, I think it was against the Packers, where he ran in a circle and he ended up running backwards like 20 yards and then just off his back foot heaved it into the middle of the field like a jump ball on 3rd down from the 20-yard line and got intercepted. And it's just like if he threw it away, it would have been a gimme field, like a chip shot field goal, and he's just like threw a Hail Mary on 3rd down.
Is that Cole Beasley? I didn't know he played for the
He
Bills.
sure does.
Wow.
What a world we live in.
They signed a bunch of average receivers to upgrade their bunch of bad receivers.
Yeah.
Like they have, I think they have John Brown too. They basically did what the Ravens did last year. Let's see if Mick will talk about the 50% being the goal.
He just literally said it.
Oh, he did. I didn't have a lot enough.
Oh my God!
For those of you listening,
50% is not good in the NFL. That is a terrible red zone percentage.
For those of you listening, the 50% red zone percentage offensively would have been 28th in the league last year.
There are 32 teams, in case you did not know.
Really?
Yes.
I could have swore there were like 36.
Nope. There's only 32.
I thought that like the LSU Tigers were an NFL team.
No.
Oh, really?
They think they are. They pay their players like they are, but they're not.
I'm waiting for my mom to text me and be like, that sucked.
Yeah.
She gets really
classic.
She gets really into like the preseason games, and I just tell her my response to everything is it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. And she's like, well, I still want them to do good or do well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. That's not the right way to think.
It doesn't matter unless you're one of the 8 guys who are trying to make the team. Because, of the 90, there are probably between 48 and 50 that are already guaranteed to make the roster. So there's anywhere from 3 to 5 spots available for the other 40 guys on the 90-man roster to compete for. And of those 40, about 30 of them have no shot.
Yeah, they're just
Hey.
You know, like the third free safety on the roster's not making the team. The number 7 tight end isn't making the team. Those guys, they're just trying to get noticed by other teams.
the guys wearing the same number as someone else on the team.
Yeah, if you were given a number that somebody else already has, you're just here for the next couple of weeks.
Did you guys know though?
They didn't give out 259s.
Did you guys know though that despite the preseason not mattering, that the Atlanta Falcons have lost 11 straight preseason games?
That's pretty
funny. They have?
Yeah. 11 straight. It has been 2 whole seasons since they've won a preseason game.
That's really
Barack Obama was president the last time they won a preseason game.
See, my mom would lose her shit if that was the Panthers. Worst preseason team of all time.
The preseason matters. Yeah.
It does.
Come on,
I would like to
man.
remind everyone listening that the Detroit Lions went 4-0 in the preseason and then went 0-16 in the regular season.
Yes.
I think the Browns had a good preseason record before they went 0-16 too.
Yeah, I think they were like 3-1.
So the Buffalo Bills nailed the field goal.
And the Panthers suck. Panthers are terrible. Season's over.
Season's over. Trade everybody. Game over.
Fire Ron. Fire Washington.
Both Rons.
Yeah, both Rons.
If your name is Ron, you're out of here.
If your name is Ron, you're gone. Hey, that rhyme.
That's a very good rhyme. I like that. Good job.
The Browns were
proud of you.
0-4 in the preseason of the year they went 1-15, and they were 4-0 in the preseason when they went 0-16.
So what that tells me is that preseason means nothing.
What it tells me is that if you go 4-0 in the preseason, you have a 100% chance to lose all your games.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says.
That's been the that's what the trend is.
So we better hope the Panthers lose this one.
Yeah, or one of them. Yes, if they go 4, they can't go 4-0 because if they do, then we're not going to win a game in the regular season.
The Panthers generally seem to come up on top on the Steelers, so we got 2 chances to lose.
Nobody cares. Like both teams are just like we just want to make this as quick as possible so we can go home.
No, last year we got steamrolled by the Patriots in both the preseason and the regular season.
I mean the Steelers.
Yeah.
Because we beat the Patriots.
Or Steelers.
We did beat the Patriots.
Cam Newton is undefeated against Tom Brady. Little known fact. We should make sure we remember that for next week, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No, I remind Spencer all the time.
Walker said that he gets Bojangles commercials from because of the local feed that he gets. And so
they probably never even heard of Bojangles where he's at.
He said there's not a Bojangles within 2,500 miles of him.
I'm just gonna say it. That Cajun spicy filet biscuit with pimento cheese on it looks legit.
Which one?
The Cajun biscuit with pimento cheese on it from Bojangles.
I haven't seen that.
It was literally on the commercial just now.
I wasn't looking at the TV.
Oh.
I'm not going to rewind
that. It looks legit. It's a Cajun spice. They'll show it like 5 more times because they did last week. But it looks pretty good. If you like the Cajun spicy biscuit and you like pimento cheese, you should probably go check it out. And Bojangles personnel, if you're listening, I think you should give me a coupon for the free advertising there.
To all 11 of our viewers. Yep.
You got a lot of reach with that one.
Hey.
Yep.
I am more than willing to be the spokesperson for
Bojangles. We will get some viewers in the replay if John posts that, so.
I mean, I
don't know why people would watch the replay.
Why would anybody watch this?
I mean, you know I will, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like put the show on while you watch the DVR recording of the game, I guess that works. But it doesn't sound like it's worth my work, or worth my time.
John, stop. You need to be committed. All right, we got Kyle Allen out here.
Quarterback, Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen truthers are
truth.
happy. Kyle Allen truthers are happy because Cam Newton is on the sideline and Kyle Allen is leading the offense.
Does he have a special hat to let his hair out?
Yeah, I think so.
He like cut the top panel out of it.
I hope that's what it is.
I like that.
Ooh, little play action rollout. I like that.
See, Kyle Allen is a dual threat quarterback.
Do you guys think we're ever gonna see like another Tom Brady, Peyton Manning? I mean, we'll probably see them, but like very rare that we're gonna see another quarterback like that just can't run at all.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you mean like bolted to the ground? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Well, I take that back. I think we will, but it's going to be like 15, 20 years from now because every quarterback that's coming out is mobile. Like Baker, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Cam, all these guys that can move. You don't see very many that can't anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
even Aaron Rodgers can move.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the quarterbacks that got drafted. That's a bad throw.
That was a terrible throw. Put Will Greer in.
But like even like the quarterbacks that came out this year, like I think Haskins is probably the least mobile of the top tier guys, and he still like can move. That was very close to not hitting the ground.
Well, if it wouldn't have been Curtis Samuel, it would have probably been a completion, right, John?
Yes, it was Curtis Samuel's fault.
I was waiting. The score is 3-0. Bills to Lois Turner.
He ran a bad route. That was Kyle put it right where he was supposed to be. All right.
That deflected pass was also Curtis Samuel's fault for those following along.
Matt Paradis looked like he was about to just like swing his helmet at somebody to just try to keep while the play was going on. Shouldn't that be like a automatic hands to the face penalty if a guy somehow ends up without a helmet?
I think so.
Petty
play by Paradis though to just use the helmet as a weapon.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like he just in the middle of the play, he's just swinging it around like a club instead of blocking people.
That's something you don't really see that much anymore. Is the club.
Yeah.
You used to see back in the day, like if a defensive or offensive lineman broke his arm, he would have a big gigantic cast club, and now they just put him on injured reserve. Like you don't see that anymore.
I think it's gotten more important. Like hand fighting has gotten more important than it used to be.
Yeah, I think it's because we've gotten soft.
But Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah.
What's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Is it Jason Pierre-Paul?
Yeah, Jason Pierre-Paul.
Why did that not sound right? It's like that doesn't sound like his name.
I don't know. AKA Three Finger Brown.
Yeah, he played with the club.
Yeah, well, he had to.
I remember Clay Matthews had one a few years ago because he has that really violent chop that he uses on offensive linemen, and I remember being extra violent when he had the club on his hand. I was like, that's not fair. He's just concussing people on the way in the backfield.
Something else that's missing from today's game that we used to have back in the day is nicknames.
back in the 70s and 80s.
Back in the day, we had Night Train Lane, Too Tall Jones, the Purple People Eaters, the Iron Curtain, all that kind of stuff. We don't have that now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like that in every
Panthers
sport.
have the receivers. The Panthers receivers call themselves Cat Pack. That's lame.
I feel like it would age well though.
It probably will. I'm sure that there's going to be a T-shirt for sale with Cat Pack on it, but
maybe we'll sell it.
Maybe we will.
Could totally get sued for copyright infringement, but yeah.
No, I don't think anybody has a copyright on that. But I feel like all that stuff always looks better in the past than it does in the present. Just nostalgia. And
it's classic.
Stuff.
Yeah, that is true.
I feel like if there was a person named Night Train Lane playing in the NFL right now, I'd be like, oh, that's so cheesy.
Yeah, probably.
Dick Night Train Lane.
We do need more guys named Dick.
Yes, definitely do. Absolutely. It's a solid
not in my
name.
mind.
It's a very stout name.
Very thick name, if you will.
How did people start calling people named Richard Dick?
You know, I've always wondered that.
Like William and Bill. Like you just changing letters. There's all yeah, there you go,
Ron Rivera's giving the refs the business over that missed call.
There you go, Ron. Light him up.
Give it to him, Ron. Show him who's boss, Ron.
Oh, well, I don't know if that ref's going to be able to recover from that talking
to.
Oh,
no. That's a sick burn.
He wasn't wrong, though. He was very correct.
No, he was not wrong.
To bring that to their
was
attention.
Literally hands to the face.
Do you know who Josh Allen reminds me of? And another
Brock
player.
Osweiler.
No, Carson Wentz, in that when he runs, he's very athletic, but when he's not like running around, he's like rooted to the ground.
Yeah, I can see that.
And not talking about like, their ability, even though I think Carson Wentz is probably a little bit overrated, but it's just like his feet do not move unless he's running. Like there's no shuffling or repositioning or anything.
Yeah. It's like he's playing on two bad ACLs. Like he can't shift directions, but he can run in a straight line.
Or like he's like playing a video game, so he just has his finger off the joystick or thumb off the joystick while he's looking around, and then when he's about to get sacked, he starts running. Like there's no like flicks of the joystick or anything. You know, I was talking about on the podcast how people like injuries and luck don't get talked about enough as like a measure of success. The same goes for, I feel like, penalties.
Yeah.
Like in the 2015 season, it felt like every time we gave up a big play, we had so many that got brought back as penalties that benefited us and stuff like that. And had nothing to do with the Panthers doing something right. It was just like an offensive lineman slipped and held or something like that.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley is taking over this game.
Yeah. This is his Super Bowl. He's the new Kelvin Benjamin. Look at him. He's intense. Guy's hyped. Hyped.
Have you ever heard his music?
No.
He's a rapper.
I didn't know he had music.
Yeah,
He's a rapper?
Of course he is. What else would he be?
Honestly, I thought he would be like a bro country dude.
Nah.
Like Luke Bryan or some shit.
Nah, he raps.
That is awesome. Buffalo's hottest white rapper.
Oh, God. The revenge game.
Oh. Sweet catch, man.
Sweeney catch.
Oh, it's the same guy. That's the revenge game.
Yeah, just think. We have Devon Seymour now instead of that guy. Not saying we would have drafted him or anything, but, you know.
I think we probably still won that trade.
Did we really?
I mean, we got back Kalen Clay. He was like the meat and potatoes of that trade.
Yeah, and Kalen Clay dropped the touchdown that would have beat the Saints in the wild card game.
I mean, Kevon Seymour's actually like contributed to an NFL team. Like I bet the odds of Sweeney.
And there's the touchdown.
Good.
Well, shit.
We want to go 4-0.
Unless we have a Herculean effort by one Will Greer, which we have seen before in the preseason, a la Joe Webb, the legend.
Did you see he played the entire game for the Texans in the first preseason game?
Really?
Yeah.
My God.
Wire to wire. Oh, they didn't give him a touchdown?
Oh, well.
That's questionable.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like a good one.
Throw the red flag, Sean.
They just punched it in anyway.
I always love when coaches just like on principle challenge plays for almost no benefit.
Yeah.
Like it's like a kickoff or run back. It'll be like a 40-yard kickoff return. You're like, no. He stepped out 5 yards earlier. That was a 35-yard kickoff return.
Mm-hmm. Ron is puffing out his plentiful chest.
Bountiful chest.
I'm waiting for Mick to just say like busty.
Yes, I think he wants to say busty, but he doesn't want to risk getting in trouble for it.
He's like slowly like pushing the boundaries to see how suggestive he can be with his stuff he says. And then on his last broadcast, he's just going all out with double entendres and innuendos.
Innuendos.
that was funny.
Inside.
I don't really know what to talk about during commercials.
We can talk about Cole Beasley's rap album.
Yeah. Cole Beasley dropping bars. Call him Barsley.
Just play it right now.
I really don't want to.
We can talk about the fact that Bayern Munich signed Philip Coutinho on loan.
He was already there, I thought, or they loaned him out.
No, Barcelona had him, and they loaned him to Bayern for the year.
Again?
No. Oh, you're thinking of James Rodriguez.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they had James Rodriguez from Real Madrid for 2 years, and now they have Coutinho.
Very similar players.
It was just announced today. Well, they're basically the same guy, except Coutinho is better as a winger.
Yeah, James is more
than
central.
James was. James is more of a central midfielder, and it's a 1 year loan with an option to buy.
Which I feel like they always buy.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't buy James because they could have for like 40 million euros, which would have been a good deal. So they sent him back to Real Madrid.
I mean, he didn't really play that well for Bayern, did he?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ricky. I know you. I know how you feel not being able to watch the game. Not right now, but I know how you feel.
What?
I'm responding to our YouTube chat.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We'll just talk about soccer.
I was like, who the hell's Ricky?
Soccer has such to me is I'm so interested in how players like it's kind of like Murphy's Law or whatever law it is where you rise to the level of incompetence.
Yes.
And it's just like you keep going to bigger and bigger clubs, so you just end up buried on the bench of a big club and just die, and just your career dies.
Yeah, and then you get upset because you don't get to play anymore, and then you go back to a lower level club and start over again.
Yeah. Like
I'm glad we have the flex cam.
Well, I just remember like Danny Drinkwater was such a huge player for Leicester when they won their title, and then he went to Chelsea, and then pretty quickly they're just like, actually, you're not that good here, and I just like haven't heard his name in years.
So, we have a touchback.
Football back, yeah, American football.
Real football. Thank you.
American football.
No, real football. You're talking about soccer.
Yes, football.
Exactly, Enrique. Thank you. My colleagues here are just screwing me right now.
What did Enrique say? I'm not looking at my computer.
Can we hear about the game, please? I mean, for real, what are you talking about? Thanks. It was a commercial break.
We just got back and watched Kyle Allen hand it off to Cameron.
Live action. I mean, we're getting a good look at Cameron Artis-Payne.
That was a good run.
Yeah, that was actually the best thing he's ever done in Carolina.
No,
it was like a 7-yard gain. He bulldozed over some people.
He had that one run. Was against the Dolphins. It was one game when we just averaged like 8 yards a carry, and he had a big 40-yard run in garbage time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had some good regular season moments.
Yeah.
He's not irrelevant.
As you say that, and they pop up on the screen, last week 5 carries for 8 yards.
Well, that was last week, and this is this week, John.
Hey, we got a first down.
Live in the fucking moment, John.
Players, we don't
Nobody cares about last week.
We don't judge players based on what they've done in the past. We only judge what they're doing right now in this moment. We don't care.
What have you done? It's not what have you done for me lately. It's what have you done for me right in this moment. That's all that matters.
It stands for not for long.
Damn right.
At any given moment, all players are equal because we're not living in what they've done in the past.
That's right.
Well, the receiving core hasn't really gotten a chance to do anything because they haven't really caught anything, but hopefully we'll get to see more of that. Nope, it's more Cameron Artist pain. Okay.
Well, Ron needs to get a look at him.
That's true.
Just run him up the gut.
Every year I hate
defense
run plays more and more.
You've always hated them.
I have, but like, it's just like watching, even if it's not the Panthers game, I'm just like watching any game and they're like moving up the field and they're just like, all right, guys, we're doing pretty well here. Let's hand it off and shut down all our momentum.
That's an advantage, Sean.
Do you know what DJ Moore's real name is?
Easier to wiggle out.
It's DJ, isn't it?
I mean, I'm sure it's not his real name. Like his mom was like on his birth certificate, it's just DJ.
Yeah,
maybe. I will Google it and find out. Denniston Moore Jr.
Denniston, that's pretty strong.
That's a strong name.
All right, 3rd and 2. What you got for us, boys? Not a run. Oh.
Tried the wheel route with Curtis Samuel, and it didn't work because Curtis Samuel is terrible.
That's a horrible
right,
throw.
John?
Yes, and a horrible
effort.
Horrible effort by Curtis Samuel.
Yeah. Got the receiver laying all over him, or the cornerback, but yeah. Terrible effort by Curtis Samuel.
It could have been. Challenge the pass interference.
Yes.
Let's please do it. My God. Well, they are going for it on 4th and 2. I like that.
Same.
Might as well just throw the challenge, though, at that point. Like,
yeah, and then it's just a timeout. If you need, then you can still call a play on 4th down.
Buffalo already doesn't have a timeout, so.
Uh-oh. Kyle's panicking.
Hey, he's going to get the first down, though, because that's what my quarterback does.
Cam Newton who?
You could tell, like, as soon as he started going outside the pocket, he had no intention of throwing that ball. Like, he looked terrified. He's like, I don't want to mess. I was like, I'm going to mess up. I'm just going to run. It's like in intramurals, like if you play like flag football or something and nobody can throw. So it's just like, all right, guys, we have to gain some yards, so I'm just going to run because that's the only way I can reliably move the ball forward.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's another first down.
We're in the Bills zone. It's a run up the middle.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
now 2nd and like 10 or 11.
I do get that the Bills' starting front 7 is like actually pretty good, but that sucks for considering Carolina's entire starting offensive front or offensive line minus Greg Olsen's out there.
They're really fascinated with Cam's hat.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice
awesome
hat.
I mean it is, but all right, we got 1 quarter in the books. That moved real quick.
What was that?
Did. Hopefully the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th go that quickly.
That's why we run the ball at the middle. Get the people in and out.
Yeah, get the clock moving. Get the people in and out.
All right, what can we talk about during this commercial break to make people mad? Make Enrique mad.
A hot dog is a sandwich.
No, it's
We're not talking about
Brian.
that.
No.
Are you sure about that? It's definitely not a fucking taco for whoever else is out there debating that.
It's just you.
It is a taco. It's more a taco than a sandwich.
God.
That's why I've always had the most logically sound and reasonable take.
Yeah, it sounds like you.
It's just a hot dog. Like that's it. It's a hot dog. Because the hot dog meat, the meat tube, the meat stick is called a frankfurter. But when you put it in a bun, it's called a hot dog. So a hot dog is its own thing.
It's its own version of a sandwich. I understand.
It's its own version of a meat tube taco.
When did a sandwich become like a category for food?
I mean, it's always been a category for food.
No, it's just a food. It's not a category.
Yeah. Ice cream sandwich.
Now we have a new sandwich argument. All right.
Category of food. Get out of here.
That's what you're doing. You're grouping it into a larger group. Wasn't a group
That is
before.
true.
There's vegetables, there's meat, and then there's sandwiches.
No,
those are your food categories.
That's all of them. That's the
John.
comprehensive list.
Yep.
So where does ice cream come in?
Vegetables.
Definitely under vegetables. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Vanilla
It's
bean,
got no
bruh.
carbs.
Oh, that is right. Vanilla bean. Yeah, it's a vegetable.
Definitely a vegetable. We might be very well laying the seeds for the next stupid internet food argument with that.
So I guess when you put ice cream in an ice cream cone, it becomes a sandwich.
That I would say is probably more of a taco or like a burrito.
It's like a Choco Taco.
Yeah, sort of.
Choco Tacos are awesome, by the way.
They are. So, is a Philly cheesesteak a sandwich? Absolutely, it is.
No, it's a sub or a hoagie.
A sub is a fucking sandwich, Brad.
No, it's not.
Yes, it's a submarine sandwich. Okay, let's get back to the goddamn
sandwich
game.
If you split the bread, if you split the bun.
God, just get back to the goddamn game.
Hey, there's Curtis Samuel making plays.
Curtis Samuel, baby.
See, that was a good play. But you see what I talk about with him running after the catch? He just kind of like stands there and tries to dodge people.
I mean,
John cannot.
It was a stop route, dude.
Can't stand. It was a stop route. Of course, he caught it with
I
his
prefaced
body.
that. No, I prefaced that. It said it was a good play.
Yeah, he was trying to make another guy miss. What do you want?
That's a good play, but did you notice that he caught it with his body? Of course he did.
No, I didn't say that.
That's how you catch a stop route like that.
You never catch it with your body. No, I wasn't. I didn't say that though. I was talking about what he does when he has like. He never gets started after he catches it again. He just kind of like waits for people to run at him and he tries to dodge them and he never goes anywhere.
Kyle Allen threw that ball approximately 12 inches.
Real quick, for people who are listening, you might be experiencing a slight delay. So, just so you know, we're not just talking about hot dogs or sandwiches as they're throwing balls to Curtis Samuel most of the time.
We're probably like 20 to 30 seconds behind your broadcast because there's a delay from when we speak to when it goes to YouTube. And then Brian has a delay because it's Brian.
That's also true. If you really want to follow along.
For those of you in the YouTube chat saying, please talk about the game, we are only talking about the other bullshit stuff during commercials. We can't talk about the game if there is no game.
It's like telling the commercials to please talk about football.
Exactly.
Reese Smith almost had it. You hate to see it.
That was actually a good play by the defensive back.
That was. I think he would have probably come down with it if he didn't have, like, a hand, where he was trying to catch the ball. Oh, and they pulled him off. What the hell? That's your number one wide receiver there. What are you doing?
Go for it.
Reggie Bonifon.
Reggie Bonifon did not pick up the first down because Reggie Bonifon does not do that. At least he stayed in bounds this time.
They've been real impressive if he could have gone out of bounds there.
Yeah. Hashtag progress.
I feel like
Riverboat Ron.
I feel like Allen was too quick to check it down there with it being third down.
He is a backup quarterback, so there is a reason for that.
I thought he was the truth.
The truth behind the truth. Oh shit!
Ah.
And down he goes.
That sucks. I can't tell who got beat on that play. I got to see the replay.
Looks like Darrell Williams.
No, Moten got beat.
Moten.
Moten got beat like a drum on that play.
Moten got beat like a drum. Wow.
Beat like a drum.
Set up a very textbook spin move and just wide open shot at the quarterback. No bueno. I do say so to myself,
Yep. All right, it's a commercial, so what do we want to talk about now?
What do you think of the game so far?
Coke or Pepsi?
What do I think of the game so far? I think that it has been very quick, therefore very great.
lackluster.
It's kind of boring.
The Panthers legitimately, real talk, they look like a team that is just trying to go home. Like they don't seem interested in winning this game at all. We're seeing runs straight up the middle. We're seeing simple stop routes, simple slant routes, simple, I mean, we're not running our full playbook. We're not doing anything creative. We're just playing, and it's vanilla, and they do look sloppy. I'm not happy with that, but I am loving the fact that it's already in the second quarter and it's not even 8 o'clock yet.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, you'd like to see Carolina be a little more competitive in this game, but let's not forget that the Bills are playing Josh Allen and we're playing Kyle Allen.
I wonder if they're related.
They might be. I mean, Allen's not that common of a name.
It's very, very uncommon.
No, it's not. I mean, it's like Smith, Jones, Johnson,
other rare ones.
Other rare names. It's not like DeLong or Beversluis.
Yeah.
Everybody's named that.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how long it takes until they put Will Grier out there, though.
Well, based on the looks of it, we're going to see Kyle Allen in the first half and Will Grier for the second half because the Panthers aren't keeping the ball very long.
Yeah.
Well,
that's true.
I mean, that was the longest drive we've had.
Maybe it's because Kyle Allen's not very good and we should play Will Grier in.
I think that's what it is.
Well, it looks like we have a lot of the ones in on defense still.
Well, they should be out there. They've looked terrible.
You have to earn your way off the field.
Jesus.
You guys have no facts to support the last name Allen assumptions you're making. How do you know that we don't have any facts?
I have sources.
Maybe I do have a sheet with facts on it.
A Kyle Allen sheet of facts, much like my Colin Jones fact sheet. I have a sheet
printed out of facts about the last name Allen.
Just like my Colin Jones fact sheet that everyone knows exists.
Exactly.
Yep. Colin Jones is out there right now, speaking of my fact sheet.
First team.
Yep. Right where he belongs. Burns and Haynes are on the sideline, so...
Well, the first team's out there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Irvin and Addison are on the ends right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got to earn it.
That's not good.
No, it's not good at all. Well, if it makes you feel any better, we're not getting beat by Josh Allen anymore. We're getting beat by Matt Barkley now.
Oh, he's a veteran.
There is a flag, though. There is a flag on the play.
Maybe there's not a flag.
According to
what I'm watching, there is no flag.
I saw it pop up on the screen briefly, but maybe they waved it off. I don't know.
Or it might have just been somebody messing up in the graphics.
Could be true, too.
Preseason for them, too. Yeah. I got to get that cliche in there.
Well, it's also like not people
that's my favorite cliche. Oh, it's the preseason for the referees, too.
Yeah, preseason for the referees or preseason for the truck, preseason for whatever.
Yeah.
And it's also like not even like the regular national broadcast team.
Enrique, I can't tell if you're talking about Captain Munnerlyn. I don't think he's playing yet for the Bills.
I don't think he's playing for the Bills, but Cameron Artis-Payne is playing.
Yes.
We're getting a good look at Cameron Artis-Payne.
I've noticed a little bit more of the 4-3 front with this defense. Ooh,
that's probably why we're struggling so much.
Nice tackle, though. Give that. What is that? Jermaine Carter?
Jermaine
made that play. Carter. Yeah, that was a good tackle. I'll give it to him.
Probably the best tackle we've seen all night.
Yeah, unless they were for the Bills. Damn, Brian Burns looks gassed already. What the hell?
What's he been doing all summer?
My recap of this game is going to be super easy.
Ooh, he's lucky he didn't get flagged for almost killing Matt Barkley back there. he was all over him I think it was right when he handed the ball off, which is awesome. It's a great flash of his potential speed, but that's a good way to get a roughing the passer penalty.
Very big third down. Thanks, Mike.
And again, sticking with the 4-3 front. Very interesting.
Yeah, there's the Josh Allen.
Yep.
Well,
that's the Matt Barkley experience.
Matt Barkley, yeah.
Matt Barkley is doing his finest Josh Allen impression.
That was
Or maybe that's Josh Allen in a Matt Barkley jersey.
Could be.
Man, that's a really bad throw.
That was. I mean, he was sort of under pressure, but I mean, he could have gotten the throw off cleanly.
Yeah, he was under pressure, but like there was so much space that he could have put it anywhere on the body of the receiver and gotten the first down. Like he didn't have to hit him in stride or like avoid a defender or anything.
And the field goal is no good.
Oh,
Wide
good.
right.
Good deal.
Sweet. Wide right. You've heard that before, haven't you, Buffalo?
Yep. I made that joke on Twitter. They didn't like it very much.
Well, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, on the bright side, though, they went to the Super Bowl the next year, so it's not, it's not like they didn't
That's true.
immediately recover.
Yeah. That's the important thing, is going to the Super Bowl, not winning it. Let's all remember that.
Yeah, we can say that from experience.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter. You were there. That's all that matters.
And the Bills have had like the full smorgasbord experience of losing a Super Bowl. Like they lost one on a last-second field goal that was missed. They lost one because they got the absolute shit kicked out of them, and they lost one that was just a normal game. Like they lost, I don't remember the exact score, but it was like 31-24 or something like that. So they've had the whole Super Bowl losing experience.
How many?
They're pretty good
that had
at
to be that had to be difficult to deal with over like a 20-year span too. Like, I can't imagine how much that would suck to lose 4 Super Bowls over the course of 20 years.
Yeah, what would you rather do? Would you rather lose on a last-second field goal missed, or would you rather know, like, by halftime that you've lost?
The second
as
one.
a fan.
Yeah,
I think so too, because then I could just turn it off.
It's a lot easier to
begin
deal
the
with.
healing process.
It's a lot easier to deal with when it's like a gradual onset of, okay, we're going to lose this game, as opposed to it hitting you at once from going to think you could win to not winning in an instant. Like that's a lot more frustrating to deal with.
Yeah. Because then they get your hopes up. You're just like, oh.
Yeah, but like if you're losing by 3 scores or whatever, and then it's like halftime, and you're like, we still kind of have a chance, but we'll probably lose. And then like that kind of withers away as the game goes on, and you're just kind of like, it's whatever. By the time the game's actually over.
Though you could.
I tell you what, the worst thing would be is to have like a 25-point lead and then lose. Like that probably would hurt if it ever happened. I don't think that's ever happened before, but.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever happened before either. Certainly not to a team in the NFC South either.
Z Burns, you can't find the game. If you go to Cat Scratch Reader and go to the live updates thread and scroll down, there's a link on there that says Panthers TV. That will take you to panthers.com, and you will be able to see what channel in your local area the game is on. It's either going to be on CBS, Fox, or ABC, most likely.
I think Jordan Scarlett's in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever that was just looked pretty good.
That was Scarlett.
Yeah.
That was Scarlett?
Yeah,
all right. There's a flag on the play, of course.
Yeah, it's probably going to be holding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, of course it is.
Number 70. Trey Turner.
Come on,
Can't be
Trey.
doing a boy like that, Trey.
You know better, Trey. Come on now.
I'd like to see a replay of that holding. I don't believe it.
I don't know if the local broadcast is chomping at the bit to try to make their people pull up a replay for a holding penalty.
Probably not.
Well, that's bad. It's bad journalism is what that is.
Like the typical 1st and 19 you get after such a play.
Yeah. Kyle Allen stepping up in that pocket and overthrowing everyone. That was a great play and a heady play by the quarterback until he threw the ball. He threw it to frickin' Concord.
That's my reaction too, Ron. Right there. 54 total yards. Yikes. It's okay, though. You got live to play another down, you know? You got 2 more. Make up 19 yards. It's only, what, 9.5 yards per play? It's doable.
9 yards in a cloud of dust. All right, 19 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
God damn it. I understand, like, being vanilla in the preseason, but, like, they are throwing way too many screen passes. That didn't even have a chance anyway. Like,
I think what
DJ Moore would have gotten killed.
Yeah, throwing it to DJ Moore makes no sense. Like, if you're going to throw screens, throw it to Bonifant and Scarlett and Holyfield and Cap and, like, let the best running backs make the roster. Like, I thought that was the whole point of the preseason. Kyle Allen's about to get murdered.
Oh, boy, here we go. Damn. Wow, Wow.
That was a nice throw, though.
That was a great completion for 2 yards on Oh, what do we got here?
And it's another holding penalty. Thank you for declining it, Sean McDermott. God, I was so glad. I was hoping he wouldn't take the penalty because I really didn't want to see 3rd and 39 or 29 or whatever it would have been.
That one was on Moten, too. He's been getting his shit kicked in.
He held him the entire time.
I don't even know who he was blocking. Yeah.
He had like 3 holding penalties on that one play. Pilardi getting his work in today.
Yeah. That's what you want to do in the preseason. Make sure your punters all
you do need to get looks at the special teams units because that's where a lot of the fringe guys are going to be playing.
Exactly.
We're actually
Sean McDermott is doing Ron Rivera a favor. He's helping him trim down his roster.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL is such a giving league.
Enrique says that we remind him of SNL Harry Carey.
By the way, speaking of
if the moon was made out of blue cheese, would you eat it? That's the best Harry Carey skit from SNL.
So yeah, overall, nothing has really looked great, but
this has been a trash game. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's been a trash game, and the only reason I'm doing this is because I get paid to do it. Like if I wasn't working, I would have. I mean, I'm having fun doing this, but if I wasn't working, I wouldn't be doing this. So,
oh yeah.
But if I was just like sitting at home watching this, I would have changed the channel already.
Yeah.
I made food earlier. I don't know if you guys heard the microwave and stuff.
I did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think that's all you do is make food.
I thought that was your butler paging you to let you know your food was ready.
Yes, that's what I call the microwave. It's the butler.
The butler. That'd be an awesome name for a microwave.
Yeah. Be an awesome name for a butler.
Just butler.
The microwave.
Let's say your butler's name is Butler.
I was nice enough though to mute my mic when I had to make Keekly move because he stole my spot while I was making food. So you guys are welcome for that.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
According to Bill Voth, Will Greer will be going in for the next series.
There we go.
Yeah.
The official stat line on Kyle Allen is 4 of 11 for 32 yards and 0 touchdowns.
And 0 interceptions.
And 0 interceptions.
That's the most important stat.
Took care of the ball.
Right there.
Yep. Turnovers correlate to winning and losing more than any other stat.
All right, John, put your fucking calculator down and eat your food.
Got 2 hands, Brian.
Parks Heating and Cooling. Nice.
It's a very relevant commercial to you. I'm sure the local business.
All right. Got a little more 3-4 front out there. Jared Norris is in.
The ball's out.
Is that ball's out. Ball's out.
That's got to be Carolina ball. There's no way.
I love how everybody always points. Like, the referee's just going to say, okay.
Hey, only Panthers are pointing, so.
Yeah.
That means Carolina must have the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
They would never lie.
They would never lie, no.
They're contractually obligated to not be liars.
It's like a cop. If a cop tells you they're not a cop, they can't arrest you because they can't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hey, the Panthers recovered it.
There we
Ron
go.
almost smiled.
Just generally less disdain was his reaction.
He's
All right,
probably mad.
So
because
who
he
punched
wanted to
this
watch
ball
the
out?
defense.
I want to see. Jared Norris, like I said, known great linebacker for Carolina.
We really need to chill out with the white linebackers with the long hair. I always forget like which one we're at.
Yeah.
No,
they
I was
all
just
look
talking.
the same when they're wearing their helmet too.
I just brought up Jared Norris because he was getting shit on in the scratching post today.
Oh, for what? I didn't see that.
I don't understand that.
Just because they were like, well,
he's the
David
fifth
Mayo.
linebacker. Of course, he's not going to be Brian Urlacher or anything. I mean, it's when your two starters until this year were Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly, it didn't matter how good you weren't going to get in.
Oh, look at Jordan Scarlett.
Scarlett's strong.
Another flag.
Oh my God, really?
Holding on the Bills because they held Scarlett back.
Yeah, they held Scarlett back from scoring.
I think every offensive lineman is taking turns drawing a holding penalty because that one was on Greg Little.
Oh, well, he's not the best run blocker. Wow, yeah, that was holding.
just grabbed him by the arm.
Yeah, just like spun him to the ground with his own jersey. But I mean, I know none of it has mattered statistically, but I've liked what I've seen so far from Jordan Scarlett. Oh, here we go.
I think you have to ignore the holding penalties and just look at what he's doing. I mean, he's running well. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And I hate it for the Reggie Bonifan fan club, but Jordan Scarlett is most likely going to make the roster. And that's going to be a pick six.
Ooh, yikes.
That was a bad throw, Will. Wow.
I need to see the replay of that one. Because he just hit him right between the numbers.
Yeah.
It was a great throw to the defender.
You think he's going to want that one back, Mike?
Guy was in double coverage, too. What the hell, Will?
I think that was his first read, and he just...
That was awful.
That looked like him and Torrey Smith were on the same page either, because he threw it to the outside and Torrey Smith turned inside.
Yeah. He was double covered too. Like it just didn't make any sense to throw that ball.
I like Mike Rucker's analysis there, and it's a lot of football guys do it where they're like,
he wants that back.
He wants that back, and he said, you have to be on the same page or else you make mistakes. It's like, well, no shit, but like, it's not just as easy as saying like, hey, Torrey, we're on page.
He's
74.
like the present day version of John Madden. Like he's about to be at the point where he's going to start saying stuff like, if you score a touchdown, you get 6 points on the board.
I just hate when like analysis comes down to physical errors where it's just like quarterback's got to make that throw. It's like, well, yeah, he knows that. He just his arm didn't work right.
Yeah.
Like he didn't be like, I tried to throw this ball over his head. Thought that would be the best way to go.
Yeah. Be right back.
He's like, analyze like the decision making and stuff, you know.
Is Norv still alive? Enrique, I think he's still alive, but we have no confirmation of that. But I would guess that he is.
I'm sure Will's hearing from Norv right now as we speak.
Probably. And it's probably something to the effect of, "What the fuck was that?" If all or nothing is to be believed, anyway.
I still haven't finished that yet. I need to finish that before the season starts.
It's actually really good.
I've watched like 5 episodes of it. I just haven't gotten around to watching the last couple. How many episodes is it?
So it's 8. So you basically stopped right around the Steelers game.
Yeah, it was after the Steelers game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a coincidence. Like, I didn't stop watching because of the Steelers game. It was just like 12:30 on a work night, and then I had to go to bed.
Yeah, I get that. It's really well done, though.
It is.
Like they even at the end of it, they even get into the draft, like taking Brian Burns, and then Tepper visiting with South Carolina's representatives about building the team headquarters and stuff.
I'm looking forward to it. We've been watching it, and like, it's just like my girlfriend's been just amazed at, like, man, whoever's doing the music and stuff for this, it just picks like the perfect songs for every single situation.
Yeah. And John Hamm is a very good narrator.
Yeah. The bubble. I feel it's kind of bad how big of a deal we've made about the bubble. Like, it's one of those things we kind of should just have already.
We finally made it to 2005.
Yeah.
What gets me is that Jerry Richardson never thought that, hey, maybe we should get a practice facility.
Yeah.
According to Joe Person of The Athletic, we only had 10 men on the field when that interception. Alex Armah wasn't out there.
God damn it.
Why are we
really
doing that?
Yeah, that's the second time already that we've had just 10 men.
I mean, I guess in the preseason, you're not using like your typical substitution packages and stuff, but
they just call a timeout.
Yes.
Oh my God! Why didn't they just challenge that one play? Come on.
Yeah, Ron, why are you calling a timeout? It's the preseason.
You gotta love when you call a timeout on first down after a timeout.
Exactly.
That's Mike Shula Panthers right there.
Yes.
Retro.
You guys miss Mike Shula?
No, not at all.
I don't know.
He's not even allowed to be the offensive coordinator for the Giants.
Like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, he's the quarterback coach.
He's like the offensive. You're the offensive coordinator, but you don't call plays or make any decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
Just by title exclusive. I mean, that's kind of what Eric Washington is for
Carolina. Eric Washington here. Yeah.
God damn, we're just great at producing defensive coordinators and offensive coordinators who don't do their jobs.
Yeah. Like, I'm taking play calling abilities away from you, and I'm going to do all the game planning and handle everything, but I'm keeping you as defensive coordinator because I can't take the title away from you because the NFL will step in and make me give it back.
And I like you, and I don't want to fire
That's
you.
essentially what happened.
You're also my boy, and I don't want to do that to you.
Yeah.
Chris Hogan sighting.
Chris Hogan.
Didn't we trade this guy?
We were supposed to. Hey, look. Did you see former Panther great Dean Marlowe?
I did.
Oh,
I'm surprised he's healthy enough to be on the game. In the game.
As long as there is the Panthers coaching tree extends away from Carolina, Dean Marlowe will have a job in the NFL.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true. Reggie Bonifant with some tough yards.
Oh. Reggie Bonifant fan club in full attendance tonight. I did notice that Greg Little is still in the game, and he's got Dennis Daly next to him at left guard.
Yeah, Dennis Daly is playing all the offensive line positions. it seems like he's the new Chris Scott / Amini Silatolu / whoever.
Tyler Larson.
Tyler Larson,
the next
Greg Van Roten type guy just the next guy in line if anybody gets hurt.
And that the entire fan base will hate because...
I think that's Jaden Mickens.
Yeah, the entire fan base will hate because he gives up a sack when he comes in cold.
Yeah.
Was that Jaden? Oh, that was Holyfield. All right.
That's Holyfield, yeah.
Going for the knockout punch.
Mickens is he has a number in the teens, like all of our wide receivers do. Except for Robinson.
And I forget what his name was, but the one taller wide receiver from last week.
Oh, Laverne? Or whatever?
Yeah.
Labrone?
Elijah Holyfield with the first down. There you go.
Fighting for that.
I will say I know the Panthers fans have a hard-on for him, but I did really like what I saw out of Jordan Scarlett, despite the fact that 75% of it didn't count due to the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
He was running with a mission. Oh, Jesus. Will Greer, what are you doing?
That was very badly telegraphed. That was you could see from the time that play started where that ball was going.
I mean, Will Greer didn't even fake like he was going to be going downfield. He just got the snap, planted his feet, and just threw it right out of it at Elijah Holyfield. Do like Cam Newton's hat though. It's the highlight of this game.
The Cam Newton's hat.
Every play.
Yeah.
There you go, Will. Air it out.
Cam Newton's hat is the only thing worth watching.
Oh, no.
That was very close to being fantastic.
Vanderland, you need to Vanderlunge, man.
Haha, good one.
Thank you for acknowledging me. I appreciate it. Torrey Smith's still out there, though. He could make a play.
Talk about the Bills. The Bills are beating the crap out of us right now.
I don't really know much about the Bills at this point to talk about.
I don't know much about the Bills either. I will say this, though, and I know it probably isn't much of a consolation prize, but I want the Bills to win the AFC East.
Well, yeah.
I have no ill will towards the Bills. I'm not trying to rhyme, but I have no hate towards the Bills. I actually kind of halfway like them because I liked them back in the Jim Kelly days, and I like Jim Kelly. Hey, we got a roughing the passer call.
Yeah, good job, Will. Had a boy.
Way to draw that penalty.
Way to make a play.
That is a franchise quarterback move. Drawing that penalty.
That's kind of a BS penalty. He barely touched him.
You should have to fall down.
Literally, he ran into him. Yeah, that should not be. That should not be roughing the passer.
I mean, I'll take it.
It absolutely should be.
That's why he threw it high.
Yeah, he knew he was going to get fucking decked.
Yeah, he's going to get roughed.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that rollout. And Torrey Smith again doesn't catch it.
They fill the footballs up with helium?
No, what it is,
he's not setting his fucking feet.
These quarterbacks are learning from Cam Newton. They're learning from Cam Newton because they're overthrowing everybody.
We should get taller receivers.
I'm sure somebody has that tape, legitimately.
We just need to get taller receivers.
We just need some tall, slow receivers. That'll fix it.
I can't believe people didn't see how elementary and flawed that thinking was. There's your quarterback tends to throw a little too high. We'll just get taller players then. That doesn't fix anything.
And not only taller players, but taller players at the expense of speed and ability to get open.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you get Megatron, who is tall and fast, but you can't just get somebody that's tall. You can't go get Giannis and put him at wide receiver just because he's tall.
Yeah.
Can I just say
Although I would pay money to see Giannis play wide receiver.
Can I just say that Will Greer throws a pretty spiral as it just falls to the ground as no one catches it?
He does. The problem is it lands at the NASCAR Hall of Fame Museum.
Yeah.
There's a pretty spiral that lands in the grass, yes.
Yeah.
Looks real pretty falling from the sky into no one.
makes it rain.
Mm-hmm.
And we run a draw play on 3rd and 10, and it actually picked up a first down.
That's why you do it, Brad.
Reggie Boniface.
There's a flag on the play. God damn it.
Holding again.
Holding. Offense.
Was it this time? I'm gonna throw my dart at the board and say it was
Dennis Daly this time. It's been a different player every single time.
God damn it.
Run the draw again. They won't. They had no way they'll think you'll do it twice.
I'm going to give Bonifant some credit. That was actually a very nice run. Of course, he got it because the hole was created by a terrible hold. But, I mean, he ran well.
He did.
He would have been stopped for a 2-yard gain or a 1-yard loss if Dennis Daly didn't commit a holding penalty. But
he did find open space and then put one foot in front
of the
other.
He did find open space and put one foot in front of the other and move forward.
Yeah, so good on him for that.
Thanks from Hawaii. Appreciate those comments. I'm jealous that you're in Hawaii, so you can kindly fuck off.
Wow.
Not really.
Brad.
I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
It would be nice to be in Hawaii, though.
Yeah.
I really do want to visit Hawaii.
I do, too. That's on my bucket list.
Go to a Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, go to a Texas Roadhouse in Hawaii.
The staple of Hawaiian culture. For those of you listening, because I'm sure several of you have been in the scratching post, if anybody comes in and asks for local sites and food things, don't suggest chains.
Yeah. I don't want... I'm not going to go to, like, New Mexico and eat it at, fucking Chili's. I can do that I can do that here. I can do that in Charleston. Like, I'm not gonna go 4,000 miles away from my house and eat at Texas Roadhouse. I want to know the local shop down the street that has banging fish tacos. That's what I want to know.
As Reggie Bonifant takes a nice 17 or 13-yard gain on 3rd and 20. It's like somebody was going to Asheville or something, and they asked for breweries or like a bar to watch a game, and somebody suggested Hickory Tavern. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
you can go to Hickory Tavern in like 4,000 different places.
I know. There's like 12 of them in Charlotte alone or something like that. Like, it's...
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a solid place to go grab a beer.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for the local brew pub. I'm not...
Yeah. Like, that's something you do at when you're at home.
Can we just talk about the fact that Sly is about to kick a field goal
Joey
and how big this
Sly
motherfucker is?
A 58-yard field goal. He yeeted it.
He missed it left, though.
He missed it. Yeeted it wide left.
Yeeted it
but there's
left.
a flag.
Oh, yes. It's probably a hold. Give him a 68-yard attempt. Ron
Let
did
him
a good job.
Ron doesn't care that it didn't go through the uprights. He just is glad that it made it distance-wise. Or maybe he's glad he missed it, so he has a reason to cut him in favor of Graham Gano.
That's true.
That's probably what it is. Oh, that's a first down.
Yeah. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
That's how you do it, Jordan Sly.
Was that one of the...
Joey Sly?
I didn't have a lot enough. Is that he lined up over the center, or...
Probably. Yep, he lined up over the center.
That's how you draw a penalty, Joey Sly. Good job.
Oh, for using them for leverage.
Entirely Joey Sly's
15-yard penalty and an automatic first down seems a little harsh for that.
Well,
that is.
We do have a player who's hurt, so it's probably his fault. I love Applebee's newest ranch. It's divine.
I mean, I think a more reasonable thing would be that you don't get any yards. It's just the automatic first down.
I think you just get the yards and it stays fourth down.
Or you just get the yards and it if it's still fourth down, it's fourth down, or if it was 4th and 8, then it's first down. But like it seems to me like using the center as a leverage point to jump up and try and block a kick shouldn't be equivalent to leading with the crown of your helmet.
So I think Green is pretty seriously hurt. I think
he walked off the field.
He did, but his arm's fucked up.
Was he the one?
I think he may have broken his arm.
Was he the one that was affected by the penalty?
Maybe.
Probably.
Look at you, Jordan Scarlett. Man.
Look at him go.
Can't believe we are losing to the Bills. SMH. Well, for one,
it's not really us, and it's not really the Bills.
It's not really us, and it's not really the Bills. We're not really losing. But, yeah, we have looked like poop.
I will say Greg Little got lucky that player didn't make a tackle on him. Because that was a horrible block.
Are you saying he's a bust?
I'm not saying he's a bust. He's just not a great run blocker, which we knew.
It's the least important part of football anyway, so. While we're talking about penalties and valuations, do you guys think 10 yards is too harsh for offensive holding?
No.
No, not at all.
I do.
It can be the difference between a first down and I think it can be the difference between a first down and a, stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's why you take the ball back. Anyway, it's not like I'm saying they just don't call it anymore, but it feels like such a minor infraction. I mean, I know it makes a difference in plays, but it's such it's like a rules violation. Like, you're not endangering anybody or doing something malicious, and one holding penalty basically sabotages the drive. I think it hinders just the overall watchability of the game.
I can see that argument. I just what do you think that the penalty for holding should be?
Just 5 yards.
5 yards?
Yeah, just so if if you bust
so
a big
you think
run,
it should be adjudicated the same way as the illegal hands to the face on defense and just okay.
Yeah,
I mean I wouldn't get mad if they changed that rule. But I'm not I'm not upset that it's 10 yards. But I also wouldn't be like, well, I'm never watching football again if they changed it to 5.
It's just especially because it seems so arbitrarily called that.
Yeah. Just about every single play has holding of some sort.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it seems kind of random when they decide that's the one I'm going to flag this time. And then you all of a sudden you have a 1st and 20, and it's very hard to get 20 yards in 3 plays, and now your drive stalls because of a holding penalty. Especially if it's on 2nd down or 3rd down. You might as well just punt it then. So I think the calling back the play is enough of a punishment, you know what I mean? Because usually if there's a holding and it makes a play, like a positive play out of it, I feel like just saying nope doesn't count because you held. Like, that is punishment on its own, and then, going back another 5 yards on top of that seems to be plenty.
All right. Time for some redemption. Uh-oh.
The Panthers would have some points if the receivers would catch the ball in the end zone when it's thrown to them.
Yes. Or if the quarterbacks could throw the ball lower than 9 feet over the heads of the receivers.
Did we trade Chris Hogan back to the Bills?
No, we did not, actually. That's Cole Beasley.
Oh, okay. I just see this guy in a Carolina uniform who's not making plays. So just want to make sure. They took him off the field. 3rd and 7. Oh my God.
Greer almost threw another pick 6.
He's also lucky he didn't get Aldrick Robinson killed on that play.
Yeah, seriously.
Look at that. He's lucky the guy was going for the ball and not for his head.
Yeah. Yeah, Aldrick Robinson is lucky.
Yeah. All right. Joey Sly gets another try.
18 yards closer, and you better not mess it up.
Draw that fucking penalty, bruh.
Ron's looking for a reason to cut you.
Hey,
right down the middle.
Stoinked it down the middle.
Go. That's how you build momentum.
Well, at least we didn't get shut out.
Yeah, broke the seal. Now the avalanche starts.
Yeah.
Broke the seal.
Now, watch. Our scrub, like third and fourth string, is going to beat the dog shit out of Buffalo's third and fourth string in the second half, and this game's going to end like 42-20, and we're going to win.
And everybody will be excited.
And everybody's going to be like, oh, we're awesome.
We got depth.
We've got depth.
Best kind of depth.
That's another thing. Don't overrate like the third string performing well against the third string and think that means our depth is good. It just means the totality of our players that aren't on the team played better than the totality of players that won't make the other team. It doesn't say anything for their individual abilities to step in against other first team players.
One of my favorite Twitter accounts to follow, Charlotte Sports Despair, just posted, good news, no quarterback controversy. That is 100% accurate. There is no controversy now. Cam is our guy.
Very accurate, unlike the quarterbacks tonight.
Yeah,
I mean, there might be quarterback controversy.
If you thought there was a quarterback battle to take over Cam's job, put this tape on.
I mean, there's a quarterback controversy over who's going to be the quarterback too, because right now none of them are.
Yeah.
I'd put Colin Jones back there before I'd put any of them back there. At least he can run.
Kyle Allen and Wilger's stat lines right now.
This is what it feels like to be like, well, until now, but to be like a Jaguars fan and have to watch Blake Bortles every week. That's what this feels like.
Wait, hold on.
Counted.
They just spelled John Casey's name wrong in the graphic.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Well, this
dude made one juke and gained like 40 yards.
Rashawn Golden chased him out, though.
He is known for his speed.
Yes,
Enrique,
he is.
I'm not making predictions based on the second preseason game for the record, but I think 7-9 is a bit conservative. I'd say at least 8-8.
I mean, it is an odd number of years, so 11 or 12-4 at minimum.
I would say 9-7 at minimum.
Yeah, my prediction, it all depends on Cam. Like, if Cam's shoulder is 100%, this is an 11 or 12 win team. Because you got to remember, A, this game doesn't matter. They're not really doing anything. And B, Cam, Luke, McCaffrey, Olsen, those guys aren't even playing. They haven't even played at all. So it's hard to judge what we are right now because our core isn't even in the game. And if Cam is healthy, this is an 11 to 12 win team. If Cam is not healthy, this is a 4 to 5 win team. Like, it legitimately all matters. All falls on the shoulder of Cam Newton.
Good tackle by Brian Cox, though. He's been doing decent this preseason.
Well, he's still here.
Yeah, I mean,
insert weed joke here.
It's obviously like it's always gonna work this way, but it's kind of shitty to where I can't remember who it was, but it was like one of our 5th or 6th round picks a few years ago, and he got arrested for like the exact same thing, but since he was further down the roster, he just got cut immediately. And then like someone like Brian Cox,
it wasn't Frank Alexander, because Frank Alexander got arrested for weed like 3 times.
Yeah, he got suspended from
Lawrence Wilson.
Maybe. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think that's
somebody from Connecticut. I just remember he went to Connecticut. A linebacker.
I remember his first name was Lawrence, but I think it was Lawrence Wilson.
Yeah, he was a linebacker from Connecticut.
Yeah, but he got cut immediately. But then other players have gotten cited or arrested for the same stuff, and they're like, we'll wait for the facts to come out.
Just go on my trusty
it was Lawrence Wilson.
Device.
That is correct. Good job.
Wow.
It was Lawrence Wilson.
I don't know why I remember that, but I do.
Because he never even played for us.
I remember weird shit like that too.
I don't know why
I worked at Old Navy at the time, and I would like sit in the back and look at the draft pick stuff. So that's probably why I remember him.
But I don't remember why I remembered his position in his school and no idea what his name was or the year we drafted him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wow, that was totally offsides by Rashawn Golden, but if they didn't call it,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You're looking like Troy Polamalu there with the timing.
Yeah. If he wasn't offsides, that was a damn good jump at the snap. So. Oh no, run! Get the fat guys to run off the field.
Oh, that's a nice catch.
That was a nice catch.
Wow. Damn. There was a flag though.
It's on us for probably having 15 people on the field.
We had 12 men on the field, yeah.
I hope he says that. I hope he says like offsides, and 14 players on the field, Carolina. Like he actually says the number of players that were still on the field.
What's the discussion here? Why are they discussing that? That didn't require discussion.
Well, you're gonna call. It's gonna be declined no matter what you call.
See, that's why they should get creative and make shit up.
What do you mean?
Like just say, just make up a number. Don't say 12. Just say,
excessive
17.
numbers of people on the field.
Yeah.
That was what, Tyrone Elliott, I think it was, on the coverage.
I have no idea.
I didn't see.
Some guy that won't make the roster. That's all I know.
You know, preseason kind of makes me sad sometimes when I watch it.
No, it was Javian Elliott. It was
Javian Elliott, the defensive camp MVP.
For nickel, yeah, he got beat.
This is why we don't have training camp MVPs. Okay? This is why.
I mean, he wasn't playing nickel there, if that makes you feel better.
It doesn't, but
I'm just trying my best, Brett.
I know.
So, got to tweet that now. Make sure I call out Javian Elliott specifically.
Tag him in.
Javian Elliott.
Tag Joe Person.
Tag
Joe Person for. That's why Curtis Samuel hasn't been that good either, because Joe Person called him the training camp MVP.
Yeah, fuck you, Joe Person. God. I told him not to do it, and he still did it.
He did it because you told him not to.
He fucking liked my tweet, too, that son of a bitch. He knew what he did. He knew what he did.
He's actually a lot better of a I don't want to say reporter, but he's actually a lot better at what he does since moving to The Athletic. And I think that it proves that The Observer holds these people back.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they're afraid of making the team mad.
I feel like I've seen that from everybody that's been at The Athletic. Like, The Athletic's just really good.
It is really good. It not to be a commercial, but if you do not subscribe to The Athletic, I recommend it.
It's worth the money.
It's a little pricey, but I mean, it balances out to be like $5 a month. So don't go to Starbucks one time every month.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
It's totally worth it, especially if you follow more than one team.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Hornets have good coverage on The Athletic. The Hurricanes have good coverage on The Athletic. The Braves have decent coverage on The Athletic.
I'm pretty sure Greg Little just sacked Will Greer.
Yes, he did.
God damn.
And here's the replay for those who missed it.
Attaboy, Greg.
Wow.
Put Greg down for half a sack.
I will say he did do it. He did block the guy who was supposed to, but he got blown into, the quarterback. So that's also not good.
Anyway, The Athletic. It's worth the money. Because it's actually real sports.
It's definitely worth the money.
It's real sports reporting instead of whatever ESPN does for their content now, which is hot takes.
I mean, honestly, the only thing ESPN is worth. Why are you calling a timeout? Is 24-3 with 5 seconds to go.
Hail Mary.
Got to test out the Will Greer arm.
Yeah.
But it's The only thing ESPN is worth it for is for $5 a month, you can have ESPN Plus, especially if you're a soccer fan, and you can watch like MLS out of market games. You can watch USL. You can watch the
can I just
Italian league. All that you can watch all this cool stuff.
Can I just stop you for a second? Ron Rivera went to the ref and fought for 3 seconds of clock time just now.
Wow.
You got to run a quick out here and then do the Hail Mary. That's another timeout. You can't take it if you don't use them, you lose them. So.
Well, that was the Bills who called it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They're like, oh, we got one left. We gotta get this out of here. Get this out of my pocket.
We have a meeting of the minds tonight, and Ron Rivera and Sean McDermott.
Sean McDermott learned all he knows about time management from Ron Rivera.
Yeah, which wasn't much.
Which is actually nothing, but
he was starting from scratch.
Isn't Ron part of the Andy Reid coaching tree?
Yes.
And that explains so much.
It's just like he never learned how to manage a clock.
He never, and it's not his fault.
This is like ample opportunity for a pick six because they know we're running like a quick out.
So we called a timeout. We called another one, but we called a timeout, argued to get 8 seconds put on the clock just to throw a 10-yard pass over the middle.
Yeah, now we got 4 seconds.
So I guess he really is going to throw a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tweeted LMAO. Ron Rivera went up and fought for 3 seconds of clock with less than 10 seconds left on the CSR handle. I hope I'm doing a good job.
Doing great.
Yeah, sure.
And fuck you guys.
I said you're doing great. What's I supposed to say?
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I don't know what you had.
Steve Reed tweeted he would like to be a fly on the wall at Ron's halftime speech. I highly doubt it'll be that intense.
It's him the doing what he's doing now.
Also,
arms folded.
Nice. There's still 1 second
he
left.
threw it to somebody. There's still 1 second left. Yep.
There should have been 1 second left. Oh, we're gonna try to kick it. That's the Ron Rivera.
We're gonna try to kick an 80-yard field goal.
I like Greg Olson campaigning for 1 second on the clock in the preseason game.
Yes.
All right, Joey Slide. That is such a great name.
It's an awesome name. He made it.
Right down the pipes.
Right down the pipes.
Stoinked it right down the middle.
Cut grab now.
Again. He yeeted that one. For real this time.
He yeeted it. Straight up yeet.
This is why you tune into our broadcast. You only hear the word. You only hear yeet on your from coming out of Mick Mixon's mouth.
I would pay money to hear Mick Mixon say the word yeet.
I would pay money.
How long was that field goal?
54 yards.
54 or 56, something
54.
like that. I don't know.
I would pay money to hear someone try to explain to Mick Mixon what yeet means.
Yes.
That means they're down 24-6, correct?
That is how the math.
I just forgot how many points the Bills scored.
A lot.
I know. That was the problem, is that I didn't know how many points they scored.
Lost count. So yeah, one half of preseason.
One half is over, and it looks like a big old pile of poop.
Wasn't good.
It was not good at all.
Will Greer with a couple solid completions
so what are we
at the end of the half there.
Halftime?
Will Greer's on a hot streak right now. He completed 3 passes in a row there in the half.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, because he was 5 for 11.
And he didn't even throw it to the other team.
Sure didn't. The counter argument might be that nobody covered the people
I don't know about you guys.
I don't care.
Yeah, hey. I don't care either.
Anybody do anything good in the first half?
Joey Slye.
Jordan Scarlett looked pretty good, except for the holding penalties that kept him down. I mean, he was running well.
They held him down.
That they held.
He runs hard. He's like he reminds me of Thomas Rawls.
Yeah.
When Thomas Rawls had his good run with the Seahawks, where it was just like, man, this guy just tries as hard as he can every time he has the ball in his hands. I guess it's everybody for Seattle. I don't know what Seattle's running back coach does, but he just makes all of his players run like their hair's on fire.
It's because he's establishing the tempo, dictating the line of scrimmage. Yep. Harris Cherokee Casinos. That's somewhere I want to go.
It's only a couple hours away from Charlotte.
Yeah. It's not too far from me. Not at all.
It is between you and Charlotte, kind of. A little also between.
Oh, good.
To the west, a little bit.
To the west.
To the west.
Yep.
Old SpongeBob is such a good show.
Yes.
I was watching an old episode the other day, and I actually laughed at it. Like I was watching a show for my demographic.
Our demographic, John.
Our demographic.
Our. Yes.
Okay, I'll be right back, fellows.
Feller.
So I guess we're just doing one Hall of Honor inductee per preseason game.
That makes sense.
Yeah, for the halftime show. Because last week they talked about Jake DeLong. And now they have, who's left? Steve Smith and...
Jordan Gross.
Is it Jordan Gross?
Thought so. Wait a minute.
I don't think it's Jordan
Jake DeLong, Steve Smith. Jake DeLong, Steve Smith, Wesley Walls. Who was the last one? It was Jordan Gross. I'm pretty sure.
Whoever it is, the fact that we're doing this. Yeah, Jordan Gross.
Okay. Yeah, you made me doubt myself for a minute.
I guess it's because he already works for the team or has worked for the team since he retired that it's just kind of. I just kind of forgot.
Yeah, I mean it was basically a foregone conclusion. So.
Yeah, but the other three were like, "Hey, remember that guy? He used to be a Panther."
Remember Steve Smith? He used to be a Panther. Yep.
Well, yeah, but you know how it since the whole incident, the whole him getting cut, it's been kind of like a severed ties type of thing.
Were you around when we heard about that before it was going to happen?
Yeah.
That was an interesting time.
Yeah, back when we had the inside scoop.
Yeah, I remember because I think I told my brother, and I was like, yo, some shit's going to go down with Carolina in the next couple weeks or in the next few days. And he was like, what's going to happen? I was like, I can't tell you. And he was like, what do you mean you can't tell me? And I was like, I can't tell you. But it sucks and it pisses me off.
Yeah, I think we were told on a Sunday, and I think it came out. I think it was the next day. It was Monday or Tuesday where he got cut.
I was so mind blown by it that I texted him just to be like, hey, I need to say shit to someone, but I couldn't tell him who it was just because at the time I valued my non-paid writer's job too much apparently. So.
Yeah, you do that now. I'm squealing to everybody.
Doing what?
When we had when we heard in advance when Steve Smith may or may not be a Panther much longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked.
The first time that I had ever been privy to inside information felt pretty cool.
Yeah. You get used to it. Is it just me, or does Wesley Walls look like he retired 30 years ago?
He does.
He does.
I mean, he looks way older than he is.
I think people don't realize how good he was for us.
Oh, yeah, he was awesome.
I remember when people... he's one of my first players that I remember clearly as a Panthers fan.
Yeah, he was Greg Olsen before Greg Olsen for us. He was the best tight end we've ever had until we got Greg Olsen.
Yeah, and he was Greg Olsen before tight ends were important.
Yeah. Yeah, when he played, the tight end was just the extra offensive tackle, and occasionally you threw him the ball.
Yeah.
But he was completely different.
Yeah, I remember when he got inducted to the All Honor, and people were like, what'd he do here? And I was like, he made 5 Pro Bowls, and had like a bunch of good seasons. And I didn't realize he was that good.
Well, especially for a team that was like hardly relevant at that time too. Like,
yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
He made the Pro Bowl from the team that went 1-15.
Yeah.
Look at Joey Sly. Look at him. Yo, that's the kicker we need. Like, let's get rid of Graham Gano. He's dancing with Cam Newton. Like, come on.
I legitimately think we should get rid of Graham Gano because, and it's not even a like hot take, Graham Gano sucks type thing. Non-kicking knee injury is not a good sign for a kicker.
And as we talked,
that's his plant leg, so that's not good.
As we talked about on the podcast too, last year it was the same knee that was bothering him, and apparently he was considering surgery, which he, never got. So, yeah.
Oh my God, this is an awful take on Twitter. I thought all offseason this team claimed Rivera was going to run the defense. This shit looks exactly like last year when Washington was calling it. It's the second game of the preseason, and we're just calling straight up vanilla plays. Like,
I feel like almost half of it was just straight 4-3.
Yeah, and he's trying to figure out who to cut and who to keep. So obviously they're not going to play that well. I mean, granted, we are making Matt Barkley look like Brett Favre, but it's not that big of a deal.
Well, even when the ones were out there, it was Jermaine Carter and somebody else. It wasn't Shaq Thompson. Like,
yeah,
that's a big part of your 3-4 defense is your middle linebackers. Like,
yeah, Luke Kuechly and Shaq Thompson haven't played a snap yet.
Also, like on that point of trying to see who's going to make the team and not, like, you can't scheme guys to success in the preseason because you have to see who has ability, and it's hard to judge who has ability if you're
It's like it's an extra combine. That's what this is.
Well, on top of that too, they're implementing a new defense with a lot of players around who have never played this defense in the NFL, and they're playing against a team that they literally haven't game planned for. Like they practiced against them for a little bit, but it wasn't like they sat down and drew up a solid game plan. They just threw together some shit and were like, we're going to go play football on Friday. Like, it's not like a fucking NFL game. This is just more than practice is really all it is.
It is practice. We're watching practice.
It's practice with referees.
It's essentially practice with referees. That's all it is.
Like, when Luke Kuechly's out there, those plays that they're making, even if we were still doing the preseason shit, the plays they were making in the run game don't happen. Like, he will chase down LaShawn McCoy and tackle his ass. I don't expect Jermaine Carter to do that consistently.
I
know people like Jermaine Carter. Yeah, I know people like Jermaine Carter. I know that like people have been high on him in the preseason, but he's not Luke Kuechly. He's not Shaq Thompson. He's not even fucking David Mayo. Like, relax.
Speaking of Luke Kuechly, from All or Nothing, like, how disheartening do you think it is when you're a quarterback and you're audibling, and there's like 3 seconds on the play clock, so you made your final audible, and you hear Luke Kuechly just say like, "It's a run to the left," and you're like, "Shit."
Yeah.
Well, I already called it. Can't change it now.
Yeah, and like that kind of thing has more value than just Luke Kuechly knowing what's going on. It's him calling it out to the rest of the defense to let him know what's going on. Like, those are the intangibles that you don't see in the preseason because you don't want to throw Luke Kuechly out there and have him show that he knows what's going on with the defense or the offense or whatever. Like, you don't want to show your cards there. Just
my favorite Luke Kuechly thing on All or Nothing was when he was two things. One is when he said that he was disappointed that he didn't have enough film on Saquon Barkley because they played him in like week 5 and he only had like 4 weeks worth of film to watch. Because who else says that? For one,
I don't have enough work to do here.
I don't have enough work to do. I'm upset. but also the phone call to Josh Norman.
That
was great.
good.
Luke Kuechly was amazing in that. He should win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy for that one.
Oh, look, Antonio Brown. Oh, they're just showing people. Okay, we'll just stop looking. It's fine.
Yes, they are showing football. Those are football players on your screen.
Those are football players. Hey, imagine that, a football commercial.
Crazy, right?
Antonio Brown's got a screw loose too, for real.
The fact that he just keeps like coming back after all this stuff and being like, "What are you talking about? I never said any of that."
I hope he does. I hope he does come out and just act like nothing ever happened.
Well, that's what he
and
was doing
everybody
before.
else is, yeah, and everybody else is crazy.
Like from that thread, I can't remember who it was, but they were like, "Yeah, Antonio Brown threw a fit because he couldn't use his old helmet, and then he showed up the next day and took the new helmet like nothing happened, and then like a week later he he just like snuck in his old helmet again and threw another fit.
He painted it and snuck it in. That is the best thing I've ever read about a football player.
But they said like on 2 different occasions he just like showed up back at practice and acted like everything was fine.
Well, hey, we're seeing progress here with the Panthers. Punt, turnover on downs, punt, INT, and then 2 field goals. Progress, my friends.
Put points on the board and we get the ball back. Little 2 for 1 there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see your categories.
Your what?
I hear a cat meowing.
Oh, yeah. All of the animals are fighting. It's a zoo in here. Okay, that's enough of that.
Where's your crocodile at?
Not he's visiting family.
Oh, okay.
Will he be back in a while?
Yeah, I'll be back later.
I hate you.
That's a Hall of Fame dad joke. I have to use it.
That was. It took me a second. I was like, "Oh, God damn you!" All right, so Will Greer and Jordan Scarlett are out. It looks like for the most part, the offense we saw. Oh, look, Taylor Hearn, who got his ass knocked out, is out there too. So for the most part, the offense we saw before halftime is still out there.
Oh, flag!
No, the same. Will Greer is. We're
God.
behind a few seconds because I knew what was going to happen before it happened.
So I think we have another holding penalty.
We do.
Are you getting the call announced right now?
They're working on announcing it.
Personal foul,
we're behind
shot block.
Twitter.
Off, yeah.
God damn it!
It's even worse than a holding.
Greer almost throws an interception.
How many freaking penalties is this? That's another one on Greg Little. My God, like. I get it. He's not playing with the top offensive lineman, but this is not a good showing on his part.
Panthers the hardest part about tonight is when I try to write a winners and losers column, I don't know if I'm going to have any winners other than Joey Sly.
Yeah, it's the opposite problem you had last week.
Yeah, it's going to be like 2 winners, 17 losers.
Yeah.
Just pick a de facto loser, and they'll definitely come out and be a winner.
Well, you're going to say only Joey Sly is a winner, and then he's going to come out and shank like a 30-yard field goal at the end.
He's going to come out and start missing extra points, yeah.
And then you're not going to be able to put him as a winner. This says that we only have 4 penalties for 42 yards.
Well, Terry Godwin caught a pass, so at least that's cool.
He did catch it.
Yeah, he caught it. Legitimately, right now, the only 2 winners I've seen so far are Joey Sly and Jordan Scarlett.
Yeah,
and Jordan Scarlett, you have to take into context that every run he's had has been called back for holding.
Oh.
And they're not even like overly impressive runs. It's just like, oh, look, he ran hard there.
Yeah,
like nothing.
Oh, he ran hard. He got 8 yards. That was nice.
Yeah, it's not like anything overwhelmingly good. That was a decent throw
by
Reggie
Bonifant or anything.
Yeah, that was.
It was a good throw.
That probably should have been caught. I mean, it was a good defensive play, but I think you want NFL receivers to be able to make that catch.
No, really?
There goes Bonifant on that the tried and true 3rd down draw.
I'm gonna have to make him a winner, aren't I?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, he hasn't really done anything for real though.
Yeah, but he also hasn't been a complete disaster.
Winner by default, Reggie Bonifant for being one of the few players to not mess up.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Reggie Bonifant winner by default because he wasn't a disaster.
I mean, you could throw Michael Pilardi on there as a
That'll make
winner.
CSR mad.
What? The Bonifant thing?
Bonifant winner by default.
That's a good punt.
Yeah, I mean,
the sideline. Well, the coverage is not so great, so maybe.
Oh, that's a block in the back. What? There we go. Yeah, I would give Michael Pilardi a winner column. He's been punting well.
His coverage units let him down a lot.
On that play, there was definitely a block in the back.
Yeah.
Anytime you see a player go flying forward when there's no one in front of him, it's usually a block in the back. So
yeah.
That's one of those penalties that I don't understand why it gets committed as much as it does. It's just like if you can see their name, don't push them.
Exactly. It shouldn't be that hard.
So Ross Cockrell is still out there. Interesting to notice. Playing corner.
And that play, that went south real quick. That looked like a sack.
Well, there's a flag on the play.
Jesus.
Marquise Haynes is still out there. Brian Cox is out there.
Oh, they're going to give Brian Cox as much run as they possibly can because he might not be on the team.
Yeah.
There's offensive pass interference.
OPI. Well, good play defense. Can't be interfered with if you're not kind of close to the play.
OPI is a 10-yard penalty, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it looks like
why is offensive
pass
pass interference 10 yards, but defensive pass interference is 15 or a spot foul?
Because it has a direct effect on where the play would have gone. Like,
just seems like they would be equal.
Good tackle by known great linebacker Jared Norris.
Because it's like offensive pass interference, like the negative 10 yards is just like a penalty. It's not like a.
And we have another penalty.
But the defensive pass interference is like you get rewarded where you theoretically would have gained yardage too if there was no foul.
Yeah. And the Panthers just gave it right back. Rashawn Golden with a defensive hands to the face.
Automatic first down.
Yep.
Another thing with penalty enforcement, the automatic first down is not a huge fan of. Like, it's real frustrating when it's like 3rd and 18 and you get an automatic first down for like a defensive holding.
Yeah, or illegal hands to the face.
Yeah.
Like, that shouldn't be an automatic first down. It should just be 10 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Christian Miller out there with Marquise Haynes right now. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I think so. And honestly, if you ask me, the only things that should be automatic first downs are roughing plays.
Yeah.
Like leading with the helmet or, taking the punter's knee out from under him, things like that.
Yeah,
that's the only
things.
stuff to be. Yeah, any kind of player safety or unsportsmanlike stuff.
And yeah,
I swear this defense looks like trash. Matt Barkley is shredding us.
Brian, it is Christian Miller and Marquise Haynes at the ends right now.
Yeah, that's really the only thing I even care about is just because those guys are probably going to factor into the rotation during the regular season. The rest of these guys don't really matter, aside from maybe Brian Cox.
Yeah, he's playing on the interior right now.
Yeah, I think that's his default role at this point.
Yeah.
I think F.A. Obata's out there too. Or is like shifting with him possibly.
There you go, Golden. There's Sean.
Ooh, nice tackle.
I see you making a play. Rashawn Golden, winner.
Yes.
I mean, Golden's been making very nice plays in the run game. Like, I do like his aggressiveness at the line of scrimmage. That's a good thing on his part. I think right now, like Rashawn Golden's ceiling for the 2019 Panthers is to be Eric Reed's primary backup as like the strong safety.
I think that's what they want him to be.
Yeah.
And they were just doing the whole he's going to be a big nickel thing just as an experiment to see if he could do it. Another
that
flag.
Was holding.
The second half of this game is going to take 4 hours because of all these penalties.
Yeah, I saw a guy get hooked worse than Mike Tyson hooking off on an opponent.
Two penalties.
2 holding penalties, and they still didn't gain any yards.
I wonder if the players ever care or hear about when they say like holding on 65 and that one's declined, but holding on 79 that one's accepted, and they're like, oh, why'd they pick mine to be the one that counts?
I feel like the call on Marquise Haynes was like, I could have seen why they wouldn't have called it because it was a play away from the running back. Mm-hmm. But I mean, good on him to draw the holding penalty there.
Yeah, he's gotten pretty decent at doing that. He did that last week too.
Yeah. Oh, I love those plays.
I didn't even know what you were talking about until.
Yeah, I think you fell behind a little bit.
Oh, what? As he just like got the ball under center.
Same situation here when they just picked one number to call the false start on when every single offensive lineman moved except for the center.
The greatest YouTube video football-wise on the internet today is twofold. One, when the referee said he's giving him the business, and 2 is when he said false start on everyone except for the center.
It's the same referee.
No, I don't. Well, it might have been. I'm not sure.
Norris, you got to make that tackle. It's okay. Colin Jones came in and slowed him down.
What's Colin Jones still doing out there? Thought he was a first teamer.
He is. He's out there to bring some veteran leadership.
Yeah, you always need veteran leadership for a young defense. Dylan 919950. That was Kyle Allen who played the first half.
And Will
Greer for a little bit.
Yeah, like early in the second quarter, midway through the second quarter, Will Greer came in.
So do we think the Panthers defense will hold up on 3rd and 22?
No.
Yes.
That's my thoughts too. Oh boy. All right, they held up. I mean, Ross Cockrell was in good position, so I'll give him that.
Also looking like a throwback with no gloves and the finger tape. I'm a fan.
That's what happens after you. That's what happens after you break your leg in several places. You become a throwback.
Is that what you do? Is you take your gloves off after you break your leg? Oh, they have a black punter. That's different.
Way to be racist, John.
It's not racist to identify that
he's a punter. Not a great punt.
Was that their first punt of the game?
I think it was.
Because all their stats say is that one punt for 38 yards.
Well, the defense looked decent on that drive. I mean, they may have been the beneficiary of
several penalties.
Several penalties, but you beat the guy across from you. That's all you got to do. As John would say. Yep.
She says I would say.
Yeah. You said that to me last week when I was talking about Marquise Haynes.
Oh yeah, I did.
And Brian Burns.
I did say that.
Yeah.
Those were my words.
And Brad made fun of me for listening to the podcast after we recorded it.
And
it's just weird, man.
Then you get to hear me do things like put commercial breaks in right before we talk about Curtis Samuel. You get to find my Easter eggs. Which there aren't very many of them.
That's what I listen for.
I know there was one episode where I just like put the outro music in like in the middle of you talking.
Yeah, you've done that. You did that a few times. It actually works out though, because it's like It like builds up to the end of the show.
Yeah.
So does that mean I'm gonna have to start listening to it now?
No,
It's up to you, bruh.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you how flawed you are without you listening to it.
Put it on Spotify and just like mute your phone and just loop it. Put it on repeat so it can boost our streams.
I mean, pretty much what I do is just like, I just like driving. I have like a 35 to 45 minute drive to work, so I can usually like bang one out on the drive there. So if I don't feel like listening to music and just like chilling, I'll put it on. So do some self-constructive criticism.
Little tape study.
Yeah.
I do like your dedication to getting better, Brian.
Thank you.
I just can't listen to myself talk that much.
Yeah, same here.
Like I hear enough of it
I don't like to listen to myself talk, so.
I mean, I've heard enough of it to where it doesn't like weird me out like it used to, but when I'm editing the show and looking for places to put ad breaks in and stuff, like I hear enough of us talking to not want to go back and listen to it consecutively.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Will Greer going for a scoring attempt
there you go,
here.
Jordan.
That was a nice run by Jordan Scarlett.
He's establishing himself in the winners column.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know the preseason doesn't matter, but I think Jordan Scarlett has run the best of like any running back that's been on the field for Carolina so far.
Oh no! Stop.
No, I'm not going to stop.
Keekly was legitimately standing on my computer.
I figured.
Yeah, he's a clumsy boy.
He's kind of like a mini Derrick Henry, like
Jordan Scarlett.
Yeah, like he runs about the same speed, but he's a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I mean just physical.
Yeah, that's a good comp.
And everybody wanted
like
Derrick Henry
he's still hard as fuck to bring down. Like
everybody really wanted Derrick Henry back in that draft.
Yeah.
Because he's a bruiser. Even though he's not, he's just big. But
Dylan wants to know our opinion of Kyle Allen's performance. I would say meh.
Bad.
Would be my way to sum it up. Yeah. Nothing crazy. Nothing special.
I mean, he didn't make
what
any
I'd
like.
Expect from him.
He didn't do anything well, but he's looked better than Will Greer.
Yeah, he didn't make any catastrophic.
Not very hard to do.
He didn't make any catastrophic mistakes, but his throws are almost all somewhat off target.
He's what I'd expect from a stock quarterback too. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like Matt Barkley.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, Will.
Oh.
Yes, that was a sarcastic cheer. It kind of looked like
ball looked pretty though.
It looked catchable. I don't know if the receivers didn't see it, or if it was just TV camera angles.
They're sabotaging Will Greer.
We're gonna have a play where receivers looking back and it just like he misjudges it and actually hits him in the face, but he intentionally didn't catch it.
Weston Taylor wants to know if we're gonna if we do this for every Panthers game. This is actually our first time doing this.
Yeah, we were gonna do it last week, but John screwed up.
It's all my fault. It's only my fault. Yes, it's all my fault. I mean, it is my fault, but it's an honest mistake.
We're experimenting with it in the preseason, depending on how that goes.
Cam wearing a tie around his neck like that?
It's an ascot.
That was weird.
Don't want to expose his Adam's apple to any potential attackers, you know?
To answer the question, this won't be a regular thing in the regular season, but maybe
No, it's not. It's really hard to do 3 jobs at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
because I'm responsible for updating the live running update thread on CSR, and I'm also responsible for making sure Brian does his job. And it's also hard to pay attention to the game and be able to competently write 2 columns after it's over about the game while doing this.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of work.
Yeah,
I do my job.
Brian got real hung up on the one part where you said about Brian doing his job.
Yeah,
He's like didn't hear any
else
other words after that. Like, wait a minute.
Bastard.
But I do a lot of stuff on, like, I like to do other stuff on Sunday afternoons during the game, so I can't sit down and do this all the time. But like maybe during the primetime games it'd be easier.
So once,
twice,
because we only play one primetime game.
We play two.
Depends on how the Panthers
No, the
do.
London game is at primetime. It's at 9 in the morning.
Is it only?
I could definitely do 9. I could do the 9 in the morning.
Yeah, we have the Thursday game against the Bucks. That's it. Every other game is on Sunday.
I thought we had a Sunday night game. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, we might get one in the if we're competing for a playoff spot in the end of the year, we might get flexed. But no, every game we have is on Sunday except for the Bucks game.
Yeah, you're right.
On Thursday night, and then we have the London game, but it's a morning game.
I mean,
also against the Bucks.
I don't want to rule out us like randomly deciding that one week we all can do it.
We might. You know what would actually be fun is to do the bye week.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Pick a game.
Just commentate on it.
Do you guys have Red Zone?
I think so. I'll have to look. I think it's available on Sling TV. I'll have to look.
Red Zone. If you're not watching Red Zone when the Panthers aren't playing, you're doing it wrong.
I don't actually watch that much football when the Panthers aren't playing.
Red Zone is much better than a game between two teams you don't care about.
I might have to try that this year. But I just, I know it's weird to hear this from somebody who is the editorial manager of a football blog, but I don't really like football that much anymore. I used to love it, but I don't like it that much anymore. The NFL's taking all the fun out of it. I'd rather watch college football.
It gets very individual games when you don't care about the teams that are playing can get real bogged down and slow. Like we see like the game tonight with all the penalties and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this game at all.
Or if there's a lot of like change of possessions and stuff. But Red Zone's fun, especially if you play fantasy football, which everybody does.
Yeah.
Because it's just like nonstop. Just like, oh, this happened. No, now this happened. Now this happened. And it makes regular football like, oh man, this is so boring and slow.
I guess to put the topic to rest, as far as us commentating on any more games, I think that if we do, it might be me and John doing it to let Brad handle his stuff. But I'd like to do it again. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying we won't do
play
it
by
all.
ear.
Yeah.
But I can't say that we will guaranteed do it every week. Like, I don't want to commit to that because I made the mistake during the draft when we were doing our live podcast of committing to me and John doing a new podcast, and then I found out the next day that we can't do it. So
yeah,
well, we can, but we'd have to change it to an idea that we didn't really want to do. So we can't do it.
Yeah, we could do our idea if we just made it a different idea, and so we didn't do that.
So we just decided not to do it.
That was an incomplete pass. Good job by the defense.
It was an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Tyree Jackson.
Talking
by the way, very popular. Should have picked him instead of Wilger candidate. So let's see. Yeah. This will be interesting to see how this goes.
All right.
Well, now
I like Trey Turner's hat.
He needs to cut a hole out of the top of it. So
Trey Turner's hat he needs to cut a hole in top of it with no hair sticking out. So who needs to cut the hole in the top of their hat that shouldn't do it, but they should do it?
Oh,
like is
Greg
it
Olsen.
Is it Greg Olsen, or is it Luke Kuechly?
No, it's definitely Greg Olsen. Because he's like getting real thin on top.
Yeah.
So Dylan asks us, what do we think about Cam Newton coming back from last year with his shoulder injury?
I'm optimistic only because I have no reason not to be at this point.
Yeah. I mean, he's throwing the ball in practice, and he's able to throw it 40 yards downfield with ease. And I genuinely, I know there are some people who think there's something wrong with Cam and that's why he's not playing in the preseason. I genuinely am taking what they're saying at face value, and they do not want to risk any form of injury on Cam because this game means absolutely nothing. And there's no point in him ever playing in the preseason.
And a good thing to acknowledge that is last night, Matt Ryan played against the Greg Williams defense where he chose to blitz the fuck out of them, and he got sacked 3 times, hit 6 or 7 times. Like, those are all things you don't want your quarterback to, have happen in the preseason. I mean,
yeah,
a few years
that's
ago,
a Bush
Cam Newton,
League move by Greg Williams. I mean, but you don't
it
want,
is,
yeah,
but you don't want to subject your
starter.
quarterback to that. And a few years ago, if we all remember, Cam Newton broke a rib during the Patriots game. So,
yeah,
I'm all for them doing that.
I want to chime in and say I'm shocked that Greg Williams would pull a Bush League move.
Yeah,
I am
know,
too.
right?
I absolutely could not believe it.
But also, Carson Wentz and Aaron Rodgers haven't played in the preseason yet either. It's just a thing that you do with your good players.
Yeah, when you have a franchise quarterback and you don't play him in the preseason, like I will understand it if Cam comes out next week and plays the first drive of the game or the first quarter just to get a little bit of timing down with his wide receivers. But there's really no reason for him to do that. Like, we know what we're going to get, and why would you put him out there and risk him getting hurt? It just doesn't make very much sense.
I mean, the Eagles are a great case study right now.
Oh, man, they're showing the Sam Mills pick 6 highlight right now. That's bringing back some memories.
Oh, man. Look at that. Look at that. But, yeah, speaking on the terms of the quarterbacks, the Eagles have played 2 different quarterbacks over the last couple weeks, and both of them have suffered I don't want to say super serious, but like kind of serious injuries. Like,
don't they have like one quarterback left?
Yeah, like Nate Sudfeld.
That's not Carson Wentz. Nate Sudfeld's are only
broke his wrist
right now.
Jeez.
And Cody Kessler got a concussion. Like,
Wooger has got sacked by the entire Bills defense.
Poor Will.
That's just a complete and total failure by the entire offensive line. Like all four defensive linemen beat their assignment and got to the quarterback.
Yeah. That sack was a microcosm of this game.
Yeah.
Like if somebody asked you how did the Panthers-Bills preseason game go, just show them that play. That's pretty much how the entire game has went, except for Jordan MF and Scarlett, who just got all those yards back.
Just run draws every play. That seems to be the only thing that's working.
Seriously, just keep handing it to Jordan Scarlett.
Like, I understand that like he's playing against 2s and 3s, but the kind of style of running he is doing is not like about being a good or bad NFL player trying to tackle him. He's just fucking hard to tackle. Like,
yeah, I mean, I know that it crashes the hype train, but Reggie Bonifant is not making this team over Jordan Scarlett.
No.
Oh boy.
Oh, you got to catch that one, man. The penalty flag on the play. That
wouldn't have mattered anyway. Come on, Mickens. You're better than that.
It's amazing to me that NFL players will drop passes like that.
All right, Ron, go for it. Weston Taylor, the first-team offensive line, had just about as many holding penalties as this group of offensive linemen had.
Yeah, there's been no discernible difference from like the first team to what you're watching now. Like, if you missed the beginning of the game, like how this game is going right now is pretty much the same as how it's gone the whole way, except the defense was
pretty much
worse at the beginning.
Yeah, pretty much. The first quarter took about 15 real-time minutes because neither team could really do anything, and the clock never stopped.
Oh, he's going to get blasted. Ooh, oh, that was a good punt, though. I'll give it to him.
It's a touchback. It's not a good punt.
Yeah, well, if he had the normal gunners running after it, he'd have been fine.
Like special teams ace Colin Jones?
No, last year we had DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel running after that, and they were getting there real quick. Granted, I don't know if either one of them will be gunners this year, but
it probably wouldn't be the best idea to put your starting your two starting wide receivers as your two gunners.
Well, Torrey Smith isn't one of them, so I don't know what you're talking about, but
my dogs are making a bunch of noise again, and I can't. Every time they do, I keep thinking about those tweets that were laughing at me, like snapping at them to try to make them stop.
Yes.
I was just about to clap my hands because they're fighting over a bone.
Why do you only have one bone for them to fight over?
I don't.
Yeah, really, John.
I don't have. They have mini toys, but they only just want the one that the other one has.
Yeah, that is true. If you have multiple animals, you understand that. My cats are the same way.
Yeah.
Why do I want any one of those 400 other things over there in that crate? I want this one.
Yeah, like one of them will be walking around with it. Like one of them will be playing with it, and the other one was like leave it alone. And then they see me pick it up, and they won't care. Like I'll be holding a bone, and one of the dogs will be like, I don't want that. And then they'll see me give it to the other dog, and they'll run over like, oh, I want that bone. I want that bone now.
I know Panthers fans are going to be upset about the Panthers probably losing this game, but let's not forget that they haven't lost 11 straight preseason games.
Yeah. You told me earlier today that an NFL team has actually lost 11 straight preseason games, including 2 full seasons worth of preseason games. What was that team again?
That would have been the NFC South Atlanta Falcons.
The Atlanta Falcons. Wow.
Yeah.
So they've lost 11 straight preseason games?
Yeah, they've lost 11 straight preseason games, and
wow.
During that time, they also blew a 28-3 lead, so there must be some correlation there.
Have they won a preseason game since they blew that Super Bowl lead?
No,
because that is hilarious.
They haven't.
That is funny.
Yeah, that poor franchise. Like, as Panthers fans, we lost the Super Bowl right before them, but man, they've been snake bitten.
We just let Matt Barkley gain like 30
that's Tyree
yards.
Jackson.
Oh, that's Tyree Jackson. Okay. Okay. That at least is better.
So it seems like we're seeing a lot of the real backups rolling out.
Tyree Jackson has outplayed Will Grier tonight. Interesting.
Are you typing that right now?
Yes. adding a little bit of spice to the live update.
Saying that after with Tyree Jackson has 1 run and 0 for 1 passing.
Yes. But to be fair, he has played better than Will Grier because Will Grier has played like hot trash.
He has scored fewer points for either team than Will Grier scored for the opponent. So he's got that.
True.
It's going for him.
They just gave us a shot at Luke Kuechly. Does that mean he's going to come out and play?
He's going to come out and save this game.
Wants to get in there and play so bad he can't stand it. This game has been so bad that even Luke Kuechly's not going to watch the film on it.
I don't know about that.
Somebody just made a play.
Ooh, that's a nice tackle.
Was that Colin Jones or was that number 43?
Nah, 43.
I don't know who that is off the top of my head.
I have no idea who that is.
That's the new Colin Jones.
Oh, is that the Utah undrafted free agent that I can't think of his name?
I'm looking it up now because
why do I remember players' schools and positions before I remember their names?
Luke Kuechly needs to grow his hair back out. He looks weird with a haircut.
Oh no, that's Jordan Kuhn something. Kunazic.
Oh, Kunzazik or whatever it is.
Yeah. Jordan. His name is Jordan.
Kunazic. His name's Jordan.
Jordan K.
It's probably pronounced like with Coach K.
Yeah.
It's probably pronounced like scissor
or like Kunich.
Kunich, yeah.
I hope that Bills player is not terribly hurt.
Yeah, the last thing I wanted
on the sideline
to be hurt.
Who?
That guy with the beard that Luke was just talking to looked like Derek Anderson.
I doubt that.
I wasn't paying attention.
I doubt it too.
Oh,
but
that's
it
a sack
like
from Christian Miller.
Hey, Christian Miller with a sack. All right. Oh, his sack celebration is fishing. That's awesome.
That's it. That'll endear you to the North Carolina crowd.
Like
and
a good Christian man.
And the South Carolina crowd.
Uh-oh.
And of course, it's taken away from by a penalty.
Good job, Ross.
Was that Ross? Oh my God. He has not had a good game tonight, aside from like being there when the quarterback overthrew the ball.
He looks cool though.
Still an elite sack dance though.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It's not the Spider-Man pose, but it'll do. Oh,
right,
Tyreek can fling it. Holy shit.
That is not a good
off, though.
That is a horrible throw. Oh, no.
It was a horrible decision.
It's Lorenzo Doss.
But it was a nice
Lorenzo Doss
with an interception. Wow. Camp MVP Lorenzo Doss.
Do you guys remember the time he had 5
It was a
interceptions
terrible
in one
decision
practice?
to throw it, but it was actually a pretty throw.
Do you guys remember that
He just
time
should have never thrown it.
Do you guys remember that time that Lorenzo Doss had 5 interceptions in one practice? Because I do.
Oh, yeah. I do, too. Never
Damn,
forget.
he threw it so hard that he almost fucking fell.
Yeah.
That's kind of elite hand skills we need. I'm pretty sure he made it to the 1-yard line, though.
Did they give him the touchback? Yeah, good call, refs.
Yeah, they gave him a touchback.
Thank God.
Oh,
just hand it to Jordan Scarlett.
Oh, Taylor Heineke with the first good throw
I
of the night.
Thought that Greer, I was going to say, that's the first good throw. That's Heineke.
Lerone, that's BW's
That was Lerone that caught it, right?
Yeah, it was Lerone. I thought at first he overthrew. I didn't see who it was, but I was running like the underneath crossing route.
Brad was playing up Lerone in the last podcast, so I could have been wrong. Maybe he does have a chance.
They need to just keep him around for Flex Fridays.
Yeah, this guy looks fucking crazy.
That's another holding on Greg Little. I don't know if they called it.
Yep, they didn't.
God damn, that was a crazy hold.
See, that's what I was saying earlier about it seems so arbitrary, because that was a blatant hold on the outside of the line where it's like right in front of everybody. And they're like, we'll let that one slide.
It's just a little one.
It was, yes, it was. It was little.
Yeah. But yeah, Lerone, I think he's at least going to make the practice squad. He's the new Mose Frazier.
No, do you know who he is because of his size? Because Mose Frazier is just like a regular size wide receiver, right? Like 6 foot.
Yeah, he's just a regular dude. He's a slightly larger Damiere Byrd.
Do you know who
Jordan Scarlett pushed that forward for 2 yards?
Do you know who Lerone is? He's Lamont Bryant.
Who?
Oh my God! I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that too.
Okay,
I was thinking of the
third quarter.
I was thinking of the player, but I couldn't think of the name. And then you said it. It was perfect.
He is.
I like how they.
Go ahead.
I like how they played Christian Miller's sack celebration, even though it didn't count in the highlight.
Yeah.
They're really grasping for highlights. But Lamont Bryant is the perfect case study in not getting caught up in measurables.
Yep.
Because his measurables were like legit.
Because if you just look at his measurables, that dude should be in the Hall of Fame.
His measurables are legit the exact same as Calvin Johnson's.
Yeah. And he even made like a Calvin Johnson-esque catch in the preseason a few years ago.
He like mossed a guy and ran it for like 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, something like that. Guy Roofing, somebody I need to hit up. 800-771-0778.
No free ads. They owe us now.
Hey, Guy. The official roofing contractor of the Carolina Panthers. So every other year, your roof will collapse.
Damn. Sad but true.
I think Hogan will have a good year. I mean, he was good with the Patriots, so I think he's going to bring that to the Panthers team.
I'd be surprised if he made the team.
He might not make the team. He has done nothing this preseason.
I think he'll still make the team.
I do too, because he's a veteran.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to use him that often.
No, I think he's going to be like how Torrey Smith is, or Jarris Wright, just kind of rotate in here and there.
He'll get 3 or 4 targets a game, and that's about it.
Everything he was good at as like a Patriots wide receiver, like everything that he did well, that was like the reason to warrant him being on the field, is something that Jarris Wright did better last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, unless you're just bringing him in to be the primary backup to Jarris Wright, which honestly is not a bad idea, I just don't see it other than that. Like, he's not going to be your deep threat. He's not going to be the guy where you can throw it to him one-on-one with a defensive back down the field and hope he makes a play. He's going to be like the guy you scheme open like you would with Jarris Wright, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Cam Newton, that goddamn hat. And Christian McCaffrey wearing one. My God. What is going on with this Panthers team?
Is that third down?
I think it was. It's 4th and 4.
Man, I just want to see a touchdown just for the entertainment.
Why do they keep throwing it at Jaden Mickens? I know, like, he's kind of fast, but, like, fuck. Like, he hasn't done anything.
Well, they have to throw it to him for him to have a chance to do something.
They're giving him every opportunity to make the team. He's just not doing it.
Not capitalizing at all. Yep, got it.
Yeah.
That's probably my least favorite part about watching preseason games is, like, watching players fail, because I feel so bad for them as people.
Yeah, because that means they're going to lose their job.
Yeah.
Of course, with some of these guys, there's just about nothing they can do to earn a roster spot.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just like one of those things.
Like that Jordan Kunzazik guy, there's nothing he can do to make the team. Like unless somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, it's just like watching, like when, every good play where you see like a wide receiver burn somebody, and it's just like, oh man, that cornerback or whatever is like fighting for their dream job, and they're watching it slip away from them, like right in front of their face. Like that stuff makes me sad.
The Panthers are 1 for 10 on 3rd down.
I'm surprised we got one.
Yeah. Fumbled the snap.
Oh boy. Oh, that's a good play.
Turned it into like an 8-yard gain.
The fumble Rooski. Didn't expect to see that one come out of the playbook so early in the preseason. You got to save that in your back pocket for when you really need it.
That perfectly summarizes this game so far.
Again. Just like the...
I mean, a fumble snap, and it goes straight to the running back, and he picks it up and gains 9 yards. And then he runs right up the middle for a first down. Like, that's this game in a nutshell. Like, I honestly don't know how I'm going to get 150 words without saying this was dog shit over and over again.
For what part? The winners and losers, or just like the recap?
Just like the recap. I don't think I'm going to write a full recap because, I mean, the live thread, if you want to know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to write a couple of paragraphs about how this game sucked. Thank goodness this game doesn't count.
Those are very true words.
Yeah.
Well, that appears to be a first down, or pretty close.
Mike Rucker, ain't nobody watching this tape, okay? That's not going to happen.
Except for the guys who got cut wondering where they went wrong.
That sounds like torture.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
welcome to being a millennial, John. Get used to it. Damn.
I've been a millennial for several years.
Apparently not. If you don't torture yourself every day.
I've been a millennial all my life.
Apparently not. You're acting real Gen Z right now. I don't know who that was who made the tackle, but that was a great play by the defensive lineman.
Yeah.
We'd be great broadcasters.
We would be.
It's
Some
like
guy just made a tackle. I have no idea who it was.
It's like the boom goes the dynamite video. Like people and he shoots
so great.
and boom goes the
Passes
dynamite.
it to the man.
The man passes it to the man.
Yes.
I think it's funnier than boom
that.
goes the dynamite.
It is. Passes it to the man.
The quarterback takes a snap. He throws it to the other guy.
Kid, you know the context of that story?
I'm sure it was something like the notes, like they played the wrong video, like out of order or something.
He was the original sportscaster, if I remember correctly. The original sportscaster was sick that day or something and couldn't do it, and he was like one of the research nerds or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then the teleprompter died on him.
Yeah.
Not only is the teleprompter dead, he has no experience doing it.
Yeah, so he doesn't know like the stuff to say to fill the space.
And so it's fantastic though. Passes it to the man.
Ooh, that you can't double clutch on quick hitter routes like that.
Nope.
It's a good thing he's got a cannon, or else that would have been a pick six.
Yeah. That is one thing about Tyree Jackson. He has an impressive arm. I mean, he doesn't make sound decisions. At least he hasn't so far. But he is playing better than Will Grier.
That's not a hard bar to hit.
And he's like Cam. He's slinging the shit out of that rock.
Oh, that's some good tackling.
Yep. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
The Panthers defense.
I didn't realize
turns a
Tyree Jackson was that big.
10-yard screen or 10-yard pass into first and goal from the 2.
Tyree Jackson's 6'7", 250 pounds.
Really?
Damn.
That's a big boy.
That's a big old boy.
He ran a 4.59 40 and has a 34.5-inch vert.
Dang.
Uh-oh, somebody's down.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was.
It was a Panther. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Well, not great showing so far by the 5s and 6s. You know?
What is Burnout, the game?
You don't know what Burnout is?
It says, I'm reading his scouting report, and it says one of his weaknesses treats slants and short throws like a game of Burnout.
Burnout is a game where it's a driving game, and it's it depends on the version of it, but the normal versions, the original versions, were driving games where you could fuck other cars up while you're driving around, like crash into them.
I don't think that's what this is referring to, but maybe. I do. I mean, I remember that game. I don't know what that.
It was Lorenzo Doss that was down on the field.
Oh no!
Oh no! Known quantity, Lorenzo Doss.
That's a perfect description of him.
What was it?
Known quantity.
Oh.
Straight tragic.
I didn't see what happened.
I actually do feel bad for him because he got hurt last year too. Like, he might have a chance to make the team if he could stop getting hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're super deep at corner.
Yeah, I mean, he legitimately has a shot at making the roster if he can stop getting hurt.
I saw a suggestion today, I'm not going to say where, that the Panthers should trade Ross Cockrell. And I was like, what? He's like literally the primary backup at corner and safety. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, Bill player got hurt too? Bill's player got hurt? Sorry, Brad.
I guess so.
My name is Brian, but okay.
No, Brad, I said Bill player instead of Bill's player.
Yeah.
Brad's least favorite thing in the world.
Yes. Cannot stand it. Mixon does that shit all the time too.
It's gotten to because we always talk about it, or you always like we've talked about it so many times. Whenever I hear other people say it, it always catches my ear.
Yes, I can't. Oh my god, it's Panthers. It's not Panther. The only time you use Panther is if you're saying Cam Newton is a Panther. Any other time, it's Panthers. The word's plural.
We got a Panther first and goal for the defense.
The Panthers defense. The Panthers quarterback. The Panthers coach.
And we got a Bill flag.
Got a Bill penalty.
A Bill penalty.
People don't talk about enough that the Buffalo mascot is just a human being's name.
Yeah.
They're just the Bills, like literally Buffalo Bill the human.
Their helmet decal is awesome though.
It is, but it's Buffalo, like the city. Not
the
Bills. It's not just a guy named Bill.
Little known fact about Buffalo, this is a complete sentence. Buffalo, 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 Buffalo. It really is. Look it up. I'm not kidding. That's a complete sentence.
What's the verb of Buffalo?
Hang on, I'll look it up. I can't remember.
This is just like every football game, like fourth quarter when there's like a blowout, where the commentating team just starts talking about random stuff.
Not living up to the billing, if you will.
How long were you thinking of something to say for that?
30 seconds.
And the whole time Brad and I are talking, you're like, Bill, something Bill.
Literally 30 seconds.
That was a really bad throw by Jack. Oh, I got tips.
Buffalo, 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 Buffalo is a grammatically correct sentence in the English language.
It's because the English language is stupid.
It's very stupid.
In order, it is Buffalo, Buffalo, animals called Buffalo from the city of Buffalo. That Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo. That the animals from the city bully. Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo are bullying these animals from that city. So it's basically the animals called Buffalo from the city of Buffalo that the animals from the city bully are bullying these animals from that city. That's what it means.
So it's not a great sentence.
Fucking thing.
It's not a good sentence. It's just a grammatically correct one. But it's just the word buffalo 8 times.
God.
A good job, defense. Way to make a stand.
Good job.
Even though just two... Well, I guess it was a tip. But some underwhelming passes.
And he already got it.
Oh.
Like he might have missed it, but he didn't. He snuck it in.
It did look like he missed it for a second. Tyree Jackson's kind of trying to make you walk back your. He's been better than Will Gurtake with. He's 2 for 8 with interception now.
He's trying to play bad.
It's the agenda to make Brad's recap as hard as possible.
Yeah, whenever Brad thinks he's got something safe to write about, that player has to just come out at the very end and upend the whole thing.
Well, that's like I had the second half thread ready to go, and all I had to do was hit the button, and it was 10-0 with like 45 seconds left, and both teams scored. And I'm like, God damn it. Now I have to go back and change it. Like, why can't my job just be easy just for once?
That's like when I would write recaps of the Hornets games. It was almost nice when there'd be a blowout because I could finish the whole thing with like 5 minutes left in the game. Because
Oh yeah, if you're covering a game, nothing is better than one team just beating the crap out of the other one.
Yeah, because like you don't have to really recap anything that happens in garbage time, and then so all you have to do is just like write the whole thing and leave this,
You know
and then
what?
just
Now that
fill
I
in the
think
score at
of
the
it,
end.
I'm gonna write the recap right now. Now that I think of it,
Yeah, you're welcome.
let me pop open a Word document there.
Do you write them in Word first and then copy and paste them?
Only on the game recap that I'm doing while I'm also doing the live updating thread.
Oh.
Because I use it, I put it on top of the live commentary because that's what they want us to do, and I am publishing it as every couple of sentences, so I don't want to publish the recap before the game's over. So I always write it in a Google Docs and then copy it over.
Got you.
But normal stuff I use the Chorus editor.
It's a nice editor.
Yeah, it actually is. It's very high quality. Best thing that we can say about this game is that it does not count.
Let's get a touchdown just for the sake of us that are still watching this game.
Yeah, I need to see some fourth stringer score. Greg Olson is wearing a beanie cap, and it's like 100 degrees.
He probably wears that to sleep.
I think he does.
He's gotta hide the head of hair. Speaking of balding guys, did you know Blake Bortles shaved his head?
I learned that today
Yeah.
from the Pardon My Take podcast. That was amazing how they called Jared Goff.
Yeah, the breaking emergency news.
I think the best part of that whole thing was they have Jared Goff's phone number.
Oh, they have like tons of people's phone numbers. Most of their guests, they end up with their phone numbers.
I guess it's Elijah Holyfield.
It's Elijah Holyfield's in now, yeah.
There's still 9 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, I just want it to be over, please.
Me too.
But Brad, they'll be talking about like, yeah, we were texting with J.J. Watt, no big deal, not to brag, and
yeah.
Did he hang on to it?
Yeah, he did. I don't know who that is. That was Hemingway.
Tamarick Hemingway.
Hemingway writing his own story tonight.
Might have just broken his ribs, but yeah. Damn, that was a good throw. That was a real good throw.
So far, Heineke's been far and away the best quarterback for the Panthers tonight.
He has.
Quarterback carousel.
On the money with that nice fluttering out route or comeback route.
Ooh. That was a nice catch.
He definitely does not have the zip that Allen or Greer have, especially Allen.
Yeah, that ball took like an hour to get there, but it did look pretty.
Heineke's got like Cam Newton's arm falling off arm strength.
Yeah. But he's mobile.
He is mobile.
He's mobile. He's just not built like Cam Newton, so you hit him a little too hard, he might break his arm. But yeah. Other than that, yeah, totally like Cam Newton.
Ooh. There's another decent throw that I feel like if he's playing with first stringers, I think that's a catch.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he was the primary backup to Cam Newton last year. You goddamn Kyle Allen truthers. Mario Addison has a luxurious beard. I just want to say.
I don't understand how people keep beards like that.
I don't either, but I also can't really grow
I
facial
don't
hair. So.
Well, from experience, it just gets like in the way. Not to brag.
Yeah, I don't have experience with that. I'm gonna have a full head of hair until I'm 60, but I'll never grow a beard.
See, I thought growing up, this is very off topic, and there's another penalty, that just like every adult male just grew a beard when they got older.
Yeah.
And then I learned very
then
much
you learn
not the
that people
case.
like me exist.
Yeah. Well, like
people like Brian exist.
Yeah.
Got my little neck scruff and my little small chin goatee, and that's all I get.
You're just like one of the people that it only grows in like the worst places. Like you just get a mustache and a neck beard, and you're like, I can do literally nothing with this.
Yeah, like if I let it grow out, I just look like a pedophile. So, I have to shave it every 3 months.
At least
it doesn't get that.
At least you can like wait a long time in between.
Yeah.
Shaving. I have to shave my neck beard like every few days. And I probably should do it more often than that because I start looking real nasty.
I'm blessed with nice curly blonde hair that doesn't get too crazy when it gets too long, but I cannot grow a beard or a mustache to save my goddamn life. So.
Hey man, you can't have it all.
I wish I did. That's the only reason the fucking Michael Cera comparisons hold any ground. Because I can't grow a fucking beard or a mustache.
That'll happen. I feel like Elijah Holyfield, a lot of his like, I think he helps himself because he moves his arms so much when he runs that it makes him look like he's more violent and doing more stuff with the ball.
That's the Evander Holyfield in him.
Yeah.
Throwing haymakers.
Yes.
Cam Newton's hat is like a raft for his hair. Like, what is this?
It's like a basket of French fries.
Yeah. A basket of hair fries. Ooh, that was nice.
Taylor Heineke. Quarterback controversy. Everybody was counting him out.
Yep. Kyle Allen truthers are shaking in their boots right now.
Cam Newton nicknames. I don't understand
Luke
these
Kuechly's
nicknames.
name is August? Sleepy. Will Greer, Chadwick. Chadwick. Like, what?
I want to know
Where
why
do you come up? Like,
I want to know why Kyle Allen's lovey-dovey.
Like, Swole Bones was an all-time nickname. I'll give him that. But, Chadwick? Yeah. Like, what?
Luke Kuechly's middle name is August. That's why.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oh, Wikipedia
well, that
says
I understand then, because you got to make fun of that every opportunity you get. And I was born in August, so I'm okay with it.
Oh, and I'm allowed to say that.
Yep.
I'm allowed to make fun of the name.
We just had a touchdown and went right through Godwin's arms. Good God.
I'm impressed that Heineke got that out there to him.
The defensive back looks like he tipped it.
Yeah, he did, I think. Would you guys say that Lorenzo Dawes has made the best play of the game?
I mean, he's like made the only
legitimate
play of the game, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was only because Tyree Jackson literally just threw it right to him.
He just played a game of 500, just threw it as high as he could in the air.
Yeah.
See who catches this. There we go. There's Laverne again.
Brad's favorite wide receiver right there.
I think he's pretty good.
That looks like a cramp.
Oh, yeah, that's a cramp.
You can tell by how, like, demonstrative he was about pointing to it.
Yeah.
Cramps are so painful. Makes no sense.
I mean, it makes sense why they're painful.
But like relative to actual injuries, like they hurt like much worse than they should.
I guess I'll give you that. I would say I've dislocated 2 of my fingers, and it definitely hurts worse to get a cramp than for that to happen. So
yeah,
dislocating my finger for the most part was just like, oh, my finger's out of place. That kind of hurts. Where like a cramp is like, I can't walk.
yeah, exactly.
So, I get it. I do get where you're coming from.
It just like that instant, that like the instant that it happens before you realize it's a cramp, when and you kind of just like, oh, I just need to stretch it, is like horrific pain.
Yeah.
And I've done other stuff like just like twisting ankle, like my knee thing hurt worse than the cramp, but my ankle, like twisting ankles and stuff, is just like, ow, that hurts. Let me try to limp around and walk it off a little bit, and I'll be okay. But the cramp is just like, oh, I'm dying. I cut my leg off, please.
Yeah, your leg, you just collapse to the ground. You're like, ah. Yeah. As your muscle feels like it's gonna tear out of the skin.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
Like if I could have any ability to like hurt someone, I would just want to be able to just like point at a body part and give them a cramp.
Yeah. It's like this is no long-term repercussions, but it's not going to be pleasant in the moment.
It's not going to be pleasant for this moment, and I'm like, yeah, that didn't feel so good, did it? Yeah, don't fuck with me, bruh. I'll make you cramp in your leg next time.
The arch of your foot's the worst.
You don't even want those neck cramps. Oh god, yeah. Dehydration with like a little foot cramp. Ugh.
Yeah. I get a more.
There's really nothing you can do to solve that.
Yeah, it's not like if it's like your calf or your hamstring, it's pretty easy to stretch. But your foot is just kind of like, I don't know what to do about this.
You just kind of like put your foot down and you're just like, I hope this goes away soon.
Yeah. Get him some magic spray, get him back out there.
All right, Heineke.
That's a good decisive turn after the catch from Holyfield. He went straight sideways, but I like him quickly catching and turning upfield, or turning somewhere instead of dancing.
Turning somewhere that doesn't involve running into the hands of the defender either. Like,
yeah.
It's the best you can do.
All right, if nobody else scores, I can just hit copy and paste. We're going to score a touchdown.
Yeah, we're right at the goal line.
Yeah.
I feel like Ron will go for it at this point.
Oh, there it is.
I was honestly hoping that was going to be an interception. Shad Ross with a touchdown.
Another good throw by Heineke, though.
Ooh. Taylor Heineke slowly.
He's a winner.
Number 4 on the field. Number 4 on the field. Number 1 in our hearts right now.
He's number 6, Brian.
In my opinion. I meant number 4, like number 4 quarterback.
Yeah, but he's number 6.
The Panthers should go for 2 here just to run the play.
Yeah, just more practice of offense.
Just to get some experience doing it. I mean, Joey Sly doesn't need practice kicking an extra point. And they are going to go for 2.
Oh, look. In Ron Rivera's ear a minute or 2 after it actually happened.
Give it to Hemingway.
Why didn't he just scramble?
I know.
But it was a flag.
Yeah, it's pass interference. But Taylor Heineke could have just like reached the ball out into the goal line. But he's a true pocket passer. He's not running. He's not running. He's throwing that ball like a true quarterback.
He's got to prove he can throw from the pocket.
That's what I'm saying. It's not about being effective in gaining yardage. It's about doing things in a traditional sense.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, he's going to have more of an opportunity to make an NFL roster by throwing a touchdown or throwing a 2-point conversion than scrambling to complete it. Like, I understand the whole, like, doing what you have to do to score, but, like, if you're trying to just put out the best film possible for yourself,
and it's
throwing the ball is best.
It's Bonapon.
He's just kind of like pops up throughout every like the game from first to fourth quarter.
That's what happens when you're trying to be an open secret.
You got to balance the being open and being a secret.
Yep.
27-14 looks a lot better than 27-6.
It does. You just got to get like into double digits, and it automatically makes it look better.
Do you think Holyfield will make the team? That's a good question.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be Cameron Artis-Payne, Jordan Scarlett, and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think Jordan Scarlett did everything he needed to prove he deserves to be on the team tonight.
And I think he's starting on top of the depth chart behind or I think the depth chart starts as McCaffrey, Payne, and Scarlett, and Holyfield would have to do something extraordinary above and beyond what Scarlett and Cap do to take their spots. Do the onside kick.
Yes.
You got to practice that too. With the kicker that won't be kicking field goals in the regular season.
Who caught the touchdown?
Rashad Ross.
Rashad Ross.
So one thing I've wondered, I like how Joey Sly runs all the way down to the goal line with everybody else.
Yeah.
So when they did the kickoff from the 30, there weren't very many touchbacks. And then they moved it up 5 yards, and now kickers are just kicking it like off the wall behind the end zone. Like those.
Yeah, it's amazing that a 5-yard difference.
Like they're
it's
kicking.
Crazy.
Like but like that same distance kickoff from the 30 would still be a touchback. Like I don't know where this. Like are they kicking it differently because they know they can kick it out of the back of the end zone now if they try to?
Probably. They're probably kicking it just. Well, I think it also didn't they change the way that the teams start the kickoff?
Yeah, they did that too.
Like maybe the kickers are running. Maybe the kickers are running further towards it or something.
They my guess is just that like before they had to try to kick it in like a certain spot, so they took a little bit off of it, and now they're like, all right, I can reach the back of the end zone, so they're just kicking it as hard as they can, whether it goes a little to the side or it's a little wobbly or whatever. It's just like just kick it far. It doesn't have to be pretty.
Yeah, because if you're only going to kick it like 4 yards deep, and you shank it a little bit, it could be a penalty.
Yeah,
because you could kick it out of bounds.
Why did Ron call
a goal line?
Why did Ron call a timeout?
Because we're down by 2
Because
scores.
Ron wants to torture us and make us watch this game.
We're down by 2 scores, so you need to get the ball back with more time, I guess, so you can get the ball back and score. Yeah. He's practicing.
All for a goddamn preseason game. All right, fine.
And then they just undid that attempt.
DJ. He looks like such a bashful dude. Like, just has no idea what he's doing with the camera in his face.
He's apparently pretty quiet, just like out and about.
Yeah.
Out and about too.
Someone said, I forgot, that was holding. Someone said that he reminded them of James Bradbury, which kind of makes sense right now.
Yeah, like personality-wise, I can see that.
Speaking of that, I still to this day, the greatest draft story I've ever heard was James Bradbury fucking fixing his mom's toilet when he was drafted. If you guys remember that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It was like the most Forrest Gump story of all time. He was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was just
when they
fixing
called him to tell him they were drafting him, yeah, he was fixing his mom's toilet.
He was like, I was just fixing the toilet because it wouldn't flush, and the Panthers called me and said I was a draft pick.
I'm surprised when I hear these.
So hard at that.
I'm surprised when I hear these stories that these guys are like able to just do their day-to-day lives knowing that they could get drafted.
Damn. Okay. All right. Like, look at him. What is he looking at?
The game, Brian. He's watching his teammates.
Yeah, he's watching his teammate.
Like a good
Yeah.
teammate.
That's why his eyes are staring in an upward direction. Yep, got it.
Well, that's nice. The Braves were winning 3-2, and then they pulled their starter and their bullpen went in, and now the Dodgers are winning 8-3.
That was very brave of them.
Fantastic. So my night is just going splendid.
You gotta love it.
Do you hear what I said, Brad? I said that was very brave of them.
Oh,
it's not even that doesn't even make sense from like
yeah.
a literal sense.
To do what they did was brave.
Can we switch to a running clock?
It's always.
I mean, really, in the preseason, when a team is winning by 2 scores, they should switch to a running clock.
Yeah. Unless the Panthers just keep calling timeouts. It's always really frustrating when like all of your sports teams lose on the same day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's frustrating. Bayern Munich may as well have lost earlier today. They drew, and it was an ugly draw. And then the Braves have imploded, and the Panthers have looked like crap all day.
For me, it's like in like October, November, December, when like
for Carolina fans, it happens all the damn time.
Well, like for me, it's like watching like the Panthers lose and the Hornets lose, and like my fantasy football teams will lose, and it's just like, oh,
yeah.
why do I like sports?
Yeah.
All right, Taylor,
it's
time
okay.
to be the hero.
John will always have that time that he destroyed my fantasy football team week 1 last year.
So. He beat you like by like 90 points.
I think I beat you by 100. I thought
You did beat me by 100. You doubled my score.
Oh, good times. You pulled it together after that though. It really set you straight.
Sometimes I just need a good punch in the mouth to set my fantasy football team straight.
Fantasy football is like real football in that the first couple weeks like all sorts of weird stuff happens because like nobody really knows who's good yet.
I know it's sad, but I always draft in the one league that I play in. Like I draft for week 1 because that's the league where I have the slap bet with my brother. So like I'd rather lose that league than get slapped in the face week 1. So I draft for week 1 every time.
What's the bet if you lose to your brother?
So when we first started the league, it was like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago or something like that. My brother and I noticed a trend of like we always play each other week 1. So a few years ago, he was just like, "Hey, you're a little bitch. I'm gonna slap like you won't do a slap bet with me." And I was like, "You don't want to do a slap bet with me." And eventually we agreed to it, and I smacked the shit out of him week 1. And then ever since then, it's been about 5 years now. We do one every year for the first week of the season. I got slapped 3 years in a row after that, and then last year I slapped him. Last year I slapped him after beating him very decisively.
I just pulled it up. I beat you 145.8 to 46.5.
God damn.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you complaining that you just missed beating it by 100 points.
Also, what's really funny about that is every other team in the league scored over 110, or scored over 100, and Brian scored 46.
Yeah, my team fucked me that day.
Yeah,
it really did.
I remember that. Everybody would have beat the shit out of you.
Can't fucking believe that we're gonna be punting again. My God, just let this game go. Let
2
it
minutes
end.
to go.
At least
2 minutes left.
We're not gonna get a 2-minute warning because the 2-minute warning is gonna occur during the.
That's what you think.
They still have a 2-minute warning though.
But but the clock stopped anyway.
I mean, it's still just a normal timeout. I get what you mean now.
Like it's a one fewer stoppage.
Yeah, there's one fewer timeout. Yeah.
This guy's going to replace Colin Jones. I don't like this. Number 43 flew to the ball, picked it up. I don't like this at all.
Little things.
I don't like this one bit.
It's that Jordan K guy.
JK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God! Now I got to come up with winners and losers.
Taylor Heineke, winner.
Taylor Heineke and Jordan Scarlett are the only two winners, and that's the only two I can come up with.
Jordan Sly, I think, or whatever the fuck his name
Joey
is.
Sly?
Joey Sly. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't terrible, and I'm just going to say he wasn't terrible, and I needed 3 people. The hard part is going to be narrowing down losers.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Oh. Because, I mean, you got Greg Little, literally anyone who played quarterback not named Taylor Heineke.
I'd say Will Greer.
I'm gonna point out Will Greer because Kyle Allen, he didn't suck, he just was mediocre. But Will Greer was awful. Greg Little was bad.
The whole offensive line really was bad.
The whole offensive line.
Special mention to Greg Little.
Yeah.
The special teams coverage unit was bad.
Player of the game is Joey Sly.
The player of the game is the kicker. At least I had him as a winner this time.
I really like his celebrating. He deserves a roster spot for that. And because he's jacked.
Yeah, he looks like a linebacker. Sean McDermott's putting the end of this game.
Oh, they kneeling it out? I wasn't looking.
Yeah, they're kneeling it out. Build Sean McDermott a statue.
This game really over?
Yes, it is over. They're taking knees.
I don't believe it.
Let's see if I go live. Yeah, they're on the field shaking hands. And now we got zeros on the clock.
Yeah, I'm going back to live too. At least I think I am. Yeah. Okay.
Well, thanks everybody for listening to our live show. I'm gonna end the broadcast now.
This was actually fun.
I don't have anything else to say unless you guys have anything else to say.
This game sucked, but it was fun.
Yeah.
All right. Later, guys.